Getting Rumble to get its butt moving. Let you say howdy to the pups real quick. That is Gracie, Riker, and Gemma in order from front to back. Out on one of our hikes. All right. Boom. I don't know what YouTube is doing. Come on, YouTube. I don't know what it is doing, actually. There we go. Right. Let's pull the pups down real quick. Boom. And boom. How's it going? All right. Kablooey kaboom. What the hell? Oh, what a day. What a day. I had a heck of a day trying to keep up with all the happenings between, not that I really care too much. I think we're going to get drug into it, but the whole, Pakistan, India thing. The whole, probably get a notification from my phone going, hey, this guy's live. No kidding, it's me. India-Pakistan kerfuffle has definitely amped up. Got the Democrats openly attacking an ICE facility. Yes, they did. They went in illegally. And an arrest was made, which I don't think was enough. I think any Democrat congressman or anything else that was anywhere near this thing should be arrested. This was every bit as bad as any J6 thing. I mean, they went into a ICE holding facility illegally and were tussling and arguing with ICE agents. So, wahoo! If you want to play insurrection games, Democrats, we can do it. Then we had, let's see, Jasmine Crockett said some stupid crap the other day. Not a surprise. We had, we're going to talk a little bit more because this whole thing with the ICE facility of the Democrats just leads into the whole arrogance of Democrats in general, especially when it comes to stuff like illegal aliens and paying back their student loans. Somehow they don't feel they need to. Excuse me. As soon as I'd love it. As soon as you hit live, something in your body goes, that's it, let's stuff your nose up or something, or your eyes will go dry, and you're like, twitching. And also the sheer arrogance of the illegal immigrants here. I stated it before when I was at a, we'll talk about it in a little bit. Also got to mention a little bit of Charles Barkley and his comment about trans in sports. And then we're going to wander around a little bit the internet here and see what is going on, what else you might want to talk about. If anybody shows up, considering I came on later than I wanted to again. Spending all day helping my father, so, it happens. All right. Let me go back here and make me go away a little bit. Let's see. Here I am and shrink. All right. Let me see what I'm going to pull first here. All right. Well, we'll stoke a little bit of this. Breaking. Let's see. We'll start here. Democrats break into ICE facilities. What I did a quick search because I was listening to a bunch of it today. This is Wesley Hunt. Shocking. DHS confirms 2 Democrat members of Congress and a mob of protesters, yes, a mob, broke into an ICE detention facility in Newark, New Jersey. The party of open borders just crossed the line from chaos to criminal. Yes, this is the Democrat Party in 2025. Now, let me tell you why this is happening. And I'm not going to say this is my opinion. I am 100% sure the reasons I'm going to give you is why the Democrats are so willing to put themselves on the actual line. Which, by the way, Republicans, pay attention. If you say you believe in something, do it. The Democrats have 2 major reasons. I got a couple others, but let's talk 2 major reasons. One, I'm going to say this. The Democrats have spent 10 years brainwashing their faithful. Let me check my sound. Yeah, there we go. Brainwashing people to think, Trump is everybody from Hans Gruber to Megamind and The Undertaker from WWF and all the others. You name the bad guys, it's all in Trump and his followers. They spent 10 years brainwashing these people, building this far, far left, smooth-brained sheeple army. And now they've built them and they can't turn away. Look what happens when you disagree with them in a little bit. Even the Democrat darling AOC gets heckled, roasted, and called out and attacked in these meetings of hers, these gatherings, for not agreeing. She doesn't agree with them on Israel-Palestine, so they go after her. You now have Democrats have made these people that feel everything they say is right, that how dare you disagree? Because that's what the Democrats told them. How dare they disagree with you? Because you are amazing. Everything you say is righteous and good. Everything you say is bad. But now the Democrats find they cannot hold up to the standards that they have built the crazy people to expect. So one, they've lost so many constituents. They're hitting their lowest polling ever. As I keep saying, the Democrats right now are less popular than crotch rot. Yes. Guys, they are horrid. It is craziness how low their approval is. They cannot turn against this crazy army they've built. One, because it's a huge constituency that they can't lose. Two, they know those people will turn on them. And three, they need these crazies still. They need them to go with them and do this. Now, why are the Democrats willing to, it's a saying, YouTube, die on this hill? Die on the hill of standing up for illegal aliens. And this facility is full of illegals that have interfered with our women and children, who have ended the lives of Americans, who have brought insane amounts of fentanyl, child trafficking, you name it. MS-13, Tren de Aragua, you name it. Why are they willing to die on this hill? Because they have to. They have no choice. The Democrats brought these people in, 30 million of them, for voters. For voters. They thought they could bring in 30 million and then make an amnesty for that 30 million plus the other 30 plus million that was already here. That is a 40 to 60 million person voting block for Democrats. If not just straight giving them amnesty to vote. Sorry, Tim Pool, you're wrong. Because if they got the amnesty, these people would be voting. 40 to 60 million people voting for Democrats. Tim Pool, I say, well, they don't vote barely, and at all. They would if they were told, here's your amnesty. You can now vote. Now you know who to vote for if you want to keep your amnesty and keep your stuff flowing. So Tim Pool is wrong. That was the plan, to get them to vote. I'm not crapping on Tim. He is one of the people I really respect, probably the most. I have a weird list of who I respect. Well, you would love to hear that one sometime. Sorry, my sinuses really just went and snuffed up as soon as I went live, and I do not have a Kleenex close. Wow, that is obnoxious. Hang on, I'm going to scoot back here. Jeez. All right, sorry about that. That was something. I swear, as soon as I hit the button, it's like, whoa. But the Democrats, all right, let me get back into this. Sorry. They are going to die on this hill because, as I was saying, sorry, Tim, not crapping on you, buddy, but you're wrong. Their plan was to get them in here, amnesty them. But Biden was so weak, they knew if they amnestied, they knew it wasn't Biden. And the game was up too early. They couldn't amnesty him and get him to vote. Yes, Tim Pool is 100% right that they use these illegals also to gain power in our elections. They gain, because for some insane reason, we allow these people to be counted in our census, which is one of the most insane things I've ever heard. And once again, I'm going to say it right now, the Supreme Court should be impeached. And yes, they can be impeached. The fact that they let illegal aliens be voted or to be counted in our census is abso-frigging-lutely the dumbest thing I've ever heard. Well, okay, with Democrats out there today, maybe not the dumbest, but it ranks right. They flip up there. But they use this. They get counted in the census. And where they bring them to their Democrat states, And they amp up their population so they get more representatives in voting blocks in the House. They also get more of the Electoral College vote than they should have. So they need these people. Right now, if Trump is able to get these people out, they will lose huge. Because the census, which I do not the last census they fudged up. And they've admitted it, they fudged up. They overcounted in Democrat areas and states and gave them more power in the last election than they should have had. So Trump should have won by an even bigger margin. I do not know why or how in the name of Zeus's butthole, yes, I do love that saying from that movie, the census knows they screwed up, knows how much they screwed up by, but refuses to just rescind the numbers, put it back where it should be. No, it'll stand until the next census. Boy, tell me the deep state is on the side of the Democrats right there. Because they know they overcounted for the Democrats. They know what the numbers are they overcounted by and refuse to do anything till the 2030 census. Yeah, so if Donald Trump is able to get these illegal aliens out of here, hell with the 60 million that are actually here, he can get 20 to 30 million out, they are fudged. Because not only do they lose these ones they were counting on coming to vote, when the census is corrected in 2030, holy crap, they're losing out. It is scary what the Democrats will lose to them. To them, this is the apocalypse. To the Democrats, they have no choice but to go all out. And they are now openly pushing violence. They are attacking these facilities. And they are doing this at where these people are that have ended American citizens, attacked our women, attacked our children, brought in drugs that have killed how many? Now, I'm tired of us talking about that. Well, fentanyl deaths, yes, those are murders. The Democrat Party has murdered that many people. The fentanyl death increase under the Biden administration is all on the heads of the Democrats and some Republicans. They had no problem ending that many American citizens for their power. They are at apocalypse if they cannot stop Donald Trump. So they are at these ICE facilities. They're setting up for Abrego Garcia and all these other illegals, the bad ones, because if they can get the bad ones' deportations stopped, then Donald Trump will never be able to deport any of the less bad, the more fuzzy, the ones where we can maybe do a little tug on the heartstring. So everybody asks, why are they standing up for these horrible people? Because if they can stymie that, stop those horrid people from going out, then Donald Trump will never be able to bring out anybody less horrid, which means the overwhelming majority of all the illegals they've brought in will be able to stay. They will be counted in the census, which will amp up the Democrat numbers. And if a Democrat gets back in, they will amnesty. So not only do they get the rep votes, the Electoral College votes, then they will get the actual ballot votes when these people can vote. So I'm sorry, Tim. I'm going to say once again, you're wrong. The part of the game, you're right, is Electoral College and representatives. But part of it is to amnesty these people and get them to vote. They just didn't pay attention. They even didn't know how bad Joe Biden was and how quick it was going to turn on them. They didn't get him amnestied. Hey, Bunny, how you doing? Sorry I didn't come on earlier. I've been spending most of the day with my dad doing some stuff. So, yeah, I wanted to be on a couple hours ago, but it just didn't happen by the time I got everything done. How are you doing, hon? How you feeling tonight? Oh, man, or this morning, however. Yeah. My wife is going to go do a trip with her mom tomorrow to a big nursery to look for plants and yard stuff. So, hey, cool. So, I don't mind if I'm up late, even more than my normal, and do a good long stream tonight. So, we'll see how it goes. Oh, man. GB wishes he had Donald. They are sick of illegal. Yeah. GB. What's GB? Oh, Great Britain. Yeah. I think Well, I'll get with good topic change, but let me get this through this. But I think, once again, I think the Democrats are at DEFCON 1. The Democrats have no choice. They must go all out, where even the normal political folks who want to talk big shit, but will never put themselves in the way of anything, ever. They will talk crap, but never stand up and get themselves physically into something where they get in trouble, are now having to. They must be able to stop Donald Trump. They must be able to keep these illegals. Where do you start? You start with the worst. If you can keep the worst, the rest don't go. So they have no line. I do not believe they will not cross. So when this guy says the party of open borders just crossed the line from chaos to criminal, they have no line. They will not cross. They need their violent sheeple, because this summer coming up could get nasty. I hope not, but there is a good chance, since we're already seeing stuff and seeing shit like this, that stuff could get nasty as hell. So, yeah. I understand. I was watching Rufus the Bull. What is that? What is Rufus the Bull? Is that something I'm missing? So yeah, I really think they're up a creek. Democrat New Jersey reps are breaking into an ICE facility. Not only should the mayor be arrested, that mayor of Newark is arrested. Why are they not arrested? Remember Democrats screaming, no one's above the law. They just broke the law. You can say whatever you want about J6, but you didn't see House of Representatives or senators from the Republicans. Well, they're too big of pussies anyway. You didn't see them in there with them. This was actual Democrats, mayors, representatives going in and doing this. So they should be in jail too. Bonnie Watson Coleman should be in jail. Robert Menendez should be in jail. Go to jail. They broke in. They didn't try to get oversight. Nothing. Didn't go through any of the channels to do oversight. They broke in. Arrest them. Bad thing is, partially they want this because they are trying to amp up the thing that Donald Trump is he's a dictator. No, he's not, or he already would have jailed your asses for all the illegal shit you've pulled on him and the American people for the last 4 to 10 years. He could have jailed a lot of people. Hillary Clinton easily, with all the law-breaking she did. You know what? He didn't. He could have gone after Joe Biden. He hasn't. He backs down too much. Nothing. They always say, constitutional crisis, he's a dictator. Yet once you pin him down and show him he's actually following the constitutional law, they don't want to hear that. All they do is tell their dumb sheeple, dictator. Yeah, dictator to Democrat. You know what dictator means to a Democrat? It means, how dare you not agree with us? It means, we said it's this. How dare you go the other way? Because as usual, if you disagree with a Democrat, you are a dictator, a racist, a misogynist, white supremacist, you name it. Might have said that twice. I don't know. So yeah, just a load of crap. They should be arrested. Two Democrats broke. Yeah. I didn't hear I only hear that the mayor got arrested. If there more were arrested, hey, that's cool. But yeah, Democrats have broken into ICE detention facility and they brought people. They had people with them. They made a riot. Clearly, criminal trespassing should be prosecuted and shown in prison. 100%. This chick right here, lock her up. Lock her up. I don't know who she is, but lock her up. So, insanity. And somehow the laws never apply to Democrats. And the bad thing is, they're going to use this. If you don't arrest them, they're going to use it as a rallying point going, see, we can get away with whatever we want. If you arrest them, they're going to use it as a rallying point going, oh, it's evil Trump. It's a no-win situation for Donald Trump. I would err on the side of let's follow the law. Trump needs to get every PR person, every good speaker, anybody he gained through RFK Jr., all their people, get them out there showing the actual laws, the statutes, the Constitution, show these people breaking laws, and show what laws are breaking. He needs to get out ahead of this, put all that out, and arrest them. It's got to be stopped. They were destroying our country, and now he's trying to stop it, and they are standing in the way. So I believe they have zero choice. And here's where the Newark Mayor Baraka in Newark, New Jersey. Newark? Is it Newark or Newark? I don't know if Newark is a place, but whatever. Has been arrested. These politicians. By the way, when he was released, he was got a hero's welcome, which shows you where Democrats are. This facility was not for some poor girl that was picked up who'd been living here and was driving wrong and, oh, she's illegal. No, this is where they are keeping MS-13, Tren de Aragua, people who've interfered with our women and children, people who've trafficked humans, brought in fentanyl. That's where these people are kept for they're sent out of here. This is the people they were breaking into see. So, yeah. They keep talking about it. U.S. Attorney Lena Haba, I can confirm we have put the mayor, Ross Baraka, under arrest. By the way, he should still be in jail, as far as I'm concerned. We will not stand for anybody getting in the way of getting rid of criminals in this country. How about just all of them? Trump needs to step this up. The fact that they are willing to go to this level now, they're only going to amp it up. He needs to send Homeland in to all these sanctuary cities where there are hotels full, military bases full, our kids' schools full, homeless shelters full of illegals. They're in boxes ready to go. Get them out now. He needs to mass deport now. Because they're only going to amp this up. So, yeah. Insanity. They need it. Wouldn't we just Ross Baraka? Why are we pussyfooting around, and why are we not getting these representatives? I wrote to the mayor, yes, this is what we effing voted. This is what we effing voted for? Yeah. You're not above the law, F-heads. Just because you have a government ID don't mean you have the right to go there. Yeah. The laws are supposed to apply to all of us. Yes, congressional people can have oversight, but they have to go through the channels to do it. So, yeah, it's stupid. It is exactly obstruction of justice. Oh, here. House Democrat Rep. LaMonica McIver have just broken in. She should be in jail. LaMonica McIver should be in prison right now, tonight. 100% trespassing and obstructing justice. Done. How about separation of powers violation under the Constitution? Donald Trump is the executive. Executive branch has control over immigration and naturalization. She doesn't. She is legislative. So she has broken the United States Constitution. So has all the others. Separation of powers. And I am tired of this fudge of people like Crowder not mentioning it enough, of Tim Pool not mentioning it enough. Any of the big right-leaning or center or libertarian pundits do not mention enough. These people are breaking the United States Constitution separation of powers. It should be spouted like crazy. Yeah. See, this jackass here. Here's a jackass for you. What the F is happening right now? The mayor of Newark, New Jersey. Newark. I got Newark and Newark. I believe it was Newark. Ross Baraka was just arrested during a press conference. There better be a good effing reason there's not just felon 47 throwing a turd tantrum. Man, lefties love to talk about poop a lot. They're weird. Just craziness. So I really think the Democrats are stuck. They must stop Trump. Not for the good of America, for their power. As I've been saying now, Democrats have no beliefs. The only thing they believe in is what gives them power in the moment. They will reverse on their beliefs in a millisecond if they think it'll lead them to more power. All right, let me get back to this here. It's a guy that has cows. Family is fun to watch. It's usually short, quick clips. Oh, okay. It's all his cows' names start with R, as Rufus, Roxanne. Oh my gosh. Is it true they're opening Alcatraz again? It looks like they want to, Bunny. My gosh, excuse me, everybody. I don't know what the heck, because I got purifiers, because, excuse me, I was sexy in it on camera. And man, I just suddenly puffed up. Yes, they are planning to open Alcatraz, but the problem is, by the time they get it done, it'll be about the time Trump will be out of office. There's a lot of work to be done there. There's actually stuff he has to go through Congress, because they have to get the funding and everything, and funding is Congress. Separation of powers, everybody. So he wants to. He can set things in motion by executive order and stuff, but there's certain things that may not get it done because Congress has to get in there and do some things. And right now, the Republicans in Congress are doing friggingly nothing. Nothing. They have all the power. If Democrats had all the power, what do? They do shit like crazy. Good shit, bad shit, crazy shit, insane shit, destroy the country shit, doesn't matter. They do shit. Republicans are thumb in the ass doing friggin' nothing. Nothing. So I don't know how much more of what Trump's agenda, if he has to depend on Congress to do some of this, how much will get done. And I am going to make sure that I spout on this platform. If they fudge this up, I'm going to spout on this platform as much as I can to primary every one of these pricks and get them voted out. You wiener heads, you pussies, you jackwagons. You need to go if you can't wield the power that you and your party were voted to have. If you're going to sit there, oh, we can't do anything. I'm afraid I may not get reelected, or I may anger myself or somebody. I can't stand up for my so-called morals. I can't stand up for the votes of the American public. Stupid. So I am tired of it. But yes, they all do want to get Alcatraz reopened. And people are like, oh, but it closed down because it was so expensive to run back then. Yeah, back then, technology's changed. Getting supplies out there is a lot easier than it used to be. The running power generation out there is easier. Lighting, we can use LED lighting and other stuff. Well, there's a lot of ways to run that. And it would work. And maybe we can still have the tours. So you can go through and say, hey, this congressman here did something stupid, so we put him in jail. He broke the law. He raided an ICE facility, broke in. He broke the Constitution. Separation of powers. He trespassed. He aided and abetted criminals. He obstructed justice. Enjoy. So stare at the congressman. Say hi, congressman. You know. I'm sure they would have thrown a monkey wrench into it. Yeah. Yeah, the Republicans are just being, they're not helping though. The Republicans are doing zero to help almost. There are a few, but really, come on. You have both houses of Congress. What are you doing? Barely a damned thing. So I am butt tired of it. And I think that there are a lot of center and right-leaning pundits and other creators on these channels that need to be screaming about it. The people need to be fired up to start calling these people, emailing these people, stuff like that. You know, legal protests, YouTube, not breaking into stuff like Democrats. So yeah. Yeah, food was a problem back then, but they can do that easily now. We are so much more advanced in getting that stuff in and out of there. So it's not a problem. We can do it. He can do it, and I think he should. So here's the people. This is, the September 2024, but I just pulled this up for a reason. These are the type of people that are in this ICE facility, and these jackasses, these snapperheads, these jackwagons are defending them. These are the people they're breaking in and protesting over. Because if they can stop Donald Trump from getting rid of people like this, then they can stop him from getting rid of anybody. Nobody will leave. So they're going to start right from the bottom. Third person arrested by ICE identified as a Salvador man facing 11 horrid things I can't say on YouTube charges. That is nuts. These are the people the Democrats are defending tooth and nail to their last breath. They have no choice because if Donald Trump can get these illegals out, even 10 million, 20 million of them will decimate them. They will be screwed. So they will stand up for this man who did this right here, this bad thing. So, whoa. It's like fence, they even tore out the lighting to steal electrical wire. Yeah. Yep. So everything's more advanced now. I mean, Alcatraz can be open, but will it be before Trump's out? I don't know. I do not know. Republicans are doing zero. They are pussies. That's why I call them the Republicans. You gotta, and I keep saying, you gotta respect Democrats, even if they are friggin' pure evil, pure morons, whatever. You gotta respect them. When they have power, they will wield it. For better or worse, they will do something. Republicans have it, scream they want it. When they get it, they go, oh shit. Oh, it's like a hot potato. They toss it to each other. Oh shit, no, oh God. Here's a bill, pass it. No, shit, no. That's Republicans. So, I think I see more. I want to see more of this. I saw a video of this mayor being released this evening, and oh God, everybody's cheering for him. You are nuts on the left. You are evil. You are stupid. Because half of you are just dumb, 10-year programmed mush brains who have no real clue what's going on. You don't care. There are people that actually think Donald Trump is orange. Yeah, I saw, was it Crowder or somebody, Crowder Pool or somebody was showing a thing yesterday or today on Donald Trump. And there he is standing there at the White House. His face is orange. Yet they're like, hey, look at his hands, normal color. And then they were showing actual videos and pictures of him being out and meeting world leaders and doing things here. He doesn't look orange. But every time some lefty media source shows a picture or a video of him, he's orange in the face. They are faking his coloring. It's crazy. Half these people really do think he's orange. This is the insanity of these people. Yeah, they are crooked turds. But yeah, that's the people they're defending. Now we're going to go into this stuff here. Here is the arrogance. And I wanted to make arrogance kind of my word of the night, or my theme of the night. Democrat arrogance over here, breaking in and doing stuff, thinking the laws don't apply to them. And honestly, nobody's made the laws apply to them. Even Donald Trump has not made the laws apply to them. Now, I typed in illegal aliens flying their flag in America because that's what I was trying to look for to show how arrogant they are. And I've talked about it before. I have been to some of these deportation rallies. I showed pictures, I showed videos. I have some videos up on my channel where I went to these. And each of these I went to, what did I see more than anything? Mexican flipping flags. How dare you come here to America illegally? Then you screech and scream at us that you should stay. And how dare we make you leave? Yet then you are flying Mexican flags, playing all your music in Spanish, screeching in Spanish, chanting in Spanish to Americans, demanding to stay, flying the Mexican flag, saying Viva la Mexico in other countries. Say how great your country is. But then we try to send you back. Arrogance, the sheer arrogance of these people. Imagine going to another country, marching and demanding they let you stay when you came in illegally and flying our flag in their country. Yeah. And saying how America is amazing and their country sucks. Stupid arrogance. Like this man, Jared Polis, is literally raising the Mexican flag to fly high over our sanctuary state as the illegal immigrants are busted in an ICE raid in Colorado Springs. Yeah, I got that one up for you, Connie. Colorado Springs. That's April 27th, but still. An ICE raid, Colorado Springs, but he was flying the Mexican flag. These people are stupid. The Mexican flag. This is not Mexico. Look at that. There's no other flag there. Putting the Mexican flag right at the top. This is at Jeff Hunt, Colorado. This is insanity. This is arrogance. The sheer fucking arrogance. I've been to these, and this is what I saw. Mexican flags everywhere. We demand you let us stay in America. Viva la Mexico. Mexico's amazing. Cinco de Mayo, Mexico. Oh my God, you just sent me back to Mexico? You evil bastard Americans. Makes great sense, doesn't it, everyone? Horrible. Come on, come at me. Argue it. Argue how that is not the height of arrogance. You can show 1,000 of these where they are flying Mexican flags. It's crazy. Now they got these illegal American and Mexican mixed flags, but most of it is, look, Mexico, Mexico, Mexico flags. Mexico, Mexico. All their signs are in Mexican, Spanish, in America, demanding from Americans that they get to stay, but screeching in Spanish. And I'm bitching about this because we haven't talked enough about this for a while. Some of this anger and annoyance at the arrogance of the illegal aliens here has subsided or been ignored. So much going on, I get it. We need to not let it go. This is stupid. Holding up their signs in Spanish. That is not English. Holding up their flag. See, right there. That's Spanish. Got their flags. All the trucks are their flags, their flags, their flags. F off. And then we go to, I'll prove the arrogance. I know they're having a cow about this one. Oh my God, Virginia girl or Georgia girl, or whatever it was. Imagine thinking that detaining or removing people who came to the country illegally is deplorable. She was pulled over, had no driver's license, which means she has no insurance. That is not a victimless crime. That is why some of us pay high prices. We have to pay for uninsured motorists, uninsured driver insurance because of these pieces of shit. So how many hundreds of millions of dollars a year does that cost us out of our wallets having to pay for that? Then sometimes they can still deny you. What if your insurance doesn't cover the injuries if this little bratlet hits you? What if her dad had hit you? Her dad had just been picked up a week or two before, driving with no license, driving 19 miles an hour over the speed limit. He had no insurance. He was here illegally. If he hits you, by the way, some insurance companies have a rider. If it's a non-citizen that hits you, your uninsured motorist shit don't work. Look that up. I didn't know that. Friend said that to me. There are some insurance companies, it's in your rider. Your uninsured motorist, uninsured vehicle only works if it's an American citizen that hits you. Oh, yeah. So all these illegals, if they hit you, depending on your insurance, you'll get shit. So if she hits you, no insurance, no license, your insurance may go, that's not an American citizen. We don't have to pay for that. Uh-oh. Or even if your insurance does pay, what if they only pay a certain amount? Uninsured motorist, uninsured vehicle does have pretty low limits. She ain't got nothing to help you. Neither's her daddy. Neither are the other millions like her. Yeah. She was pulled over, had no driver's license, and in her 15 years here, never even bothered to learn English. Now, I'm going to say that is wrong. Because I believe she does know English. She was going to school here. It's her mother that does not know English. Everything I read says her mother knows no English. So her mother came here, been here 15 years. This girl came in as a 4-year-old. And I'm going to argue that in a second. Don't get me going, well, that was not her fault. Her mother's been here 15 years and can't speak English. Arrogance. even if you are just here 15 years, going around living in this country, you should pick up the English. People that move to other countries don't automatically learn it. They pick it up by just being there. Just by learning. Seeing somebody pick this up. They say a word enough, you go, oh, mouse, got it. Not La Mousa or whatever it is. And the thing is, we cannot let these people here pull our heartstrings for this poor girl. No, that's how we got where we are. Americans had too big of hearts. We let it happen until we were buried, until it started decimating our country. No more heartstrings, get out. And people go, well, it's not her fault she brought it here at 40 years old. I promised you I would come back to that, and here I come. Why do we care more for the children of illegal aliens? And yes, she's an illegal. By the way, she's old enough that, and a certain amount of time she was here, that she doesn't qualify for DREAM Act or anything else. But why do we care more about, oh, the poor children of illegal aliens? It's not their fault. Yet we don't do that for American citizens. Now you wonder, what do you mean by that? If an American citizen robs a bank, does stupid illegal shit, steals $1 billion in a scam and goes to jail or something. Let's say mom and dad both do some illegal shit and get sentenced to 25 years in prison. No parole, 25 years. We don't go, oh, but the poor child had no choice with the parents. Parents just drugged the kid along and the kid didn't know, so we can't punish the parents because the poor kid. Poor kid. We don't not send the kid to foster care. We don't send the kid into prison. Why do we not worry about what this does to American children? But my God, the illegal alien child must have a pass. The illegal alien child must be able to stay. We must make her a citizen. And then, by the way, since we let her stay, we can't make her stay without her mommy and daddy. So mommy and daddy gotta stay. No. You're all illegal. Get out. Get out. I don't give a rat's ass. And I'm going to say this. She's an illegal. I don't care how good she was doing in school. But every illegal alien that's in our school, going into the emergency room, taking up a hospital bed, taking up even a pint of blood, is off-putting, the same thing that should have gone to an American citizen. What did she get? In what place in class did she get? What scholarship? What money? What dorm room? What anything did she get that should have been in that of an American citizen? Citizens first. When all of our people are covered, then we worry about other people. The Bible, charity starts at home. A man must have his own house in order before he can go help other people. We have done neither right now. I don't give a rat's ass. She can go home. And this person's all pissed. Our country's become an oppressive hell for non-citizens. Deplorable. Oh. And I pulled up on purpose, because this guy was like making fun of it. Yeah, should return to country origin? Yeah, because this guy was whining. Our country has become an oppressive hell for non-citizens. Good. You know what? You know how you fix that? Don't come here illegally. If you're a non-citizen here that came here legally, you don't have to be a citizen. You come here legally. Come through the port of entry. Do all your paperwork. Get a green card. Get a guest visa. Whatever it is. A worker visa. Whatever. Or you are working towards your citizenship, which we do that. You know what? Then we don't have a problem with you being a non-citizen. It's when you come here illegally and are here 15 fucking years and cannot speak English. Because these people do not come here. Legal citizens come here to become American, to do better, to join you, me, to share in this, to join with us and bring the best of what they are. Illegal aliens come here to take from you and me. They don't come here to be American, fly the flag, go to the deportation rallies, listen to them, watch them. Prove me wrong. They come here to take. Her family took. Her family, 15 years here, didn't try to become citizens. Her mom didn't learn English. Sounds like dad maybe knew a little English. They didn't try to become citizens in any way, didn't try to get driver's licenses, didn't try to get insurance, they didn't hurt somebody, didn't care. Here to suck off the teat of all Americans' hard work. Legal immigrants come in and go, oh yeah, we're going to build something together. Thank you for bringing me in, America. A lot of times they know more about this country than you and me. And legal immigrants, here's where Democrats love to conflate this. They say immigrants commit less crime than Americans. Legal immigrants commit less crime than Americans. No shit, native-born Americans. Illegal immigrants commit huge amounts of crime. They are way above legal native-born Americans. Look that shit up. They conflate it. They put it together. Go look at the mix, the breakdown on that stat. Oh, yeah, it's crazy high. So I do not feel for her family. So here's the real story. She was arrested because she was driving without a license and lying to the cops. But it means she also had no insurance. She ran like a stop sign. Her dad was already being held by ICE because he'd been arrested a month before going 19 over the speed limit and had no driver's license and no insurance. And when they were trying to talk to the mom on the scene, she couldn't understand English. 15 years. Imagine 15 years. Tell me again how they came here to be part of America because they love America. If you love America, 1, you fly our flag. 2, you learn our language. Flying the flag is easy. Put up American flag, go, yeah. Oh, say, can you see, motherfuckers? Sorry. Yeah, not Viva la Mexico. Not no habla English 15 years later. I'm not saying you have to speak perfect English. I'm not saying you have to have good diction. I'm not saying you have to have a big library. But 15 years in, vocabulary, not library. 15 years? You can't have a simple conversation? Get out. You don't want to be an American. So, yeah. All right. Let's see. Oh, okay. I've been very critical of many ICE detection tactics and stories, but this one is a perfect example of how ignoring illegal immigration caused long-term problems and how reasonable enforcement should be handled. By the way, this was easy. She broke a traffic law. And some are saying this is not the first time. And some are saying that her school knew she was an illegal. So what child, an American-born child, did not get the spot? Here are a few details. Her mother, who came here in 2010, still can't speak or understand English. Not wanting to be American. They came to take for their child, take for themselves what they could get from us. They complained she was required to pay out-of-state tuition despite living in the area. She's a friggin' illegal. She's not out-of-state. She's going to be paying out-of-country tuition. Holy crap. That is nuts. Complaints she's paid out-of-state tuition. They had the balls to complain. In this area, it means many people were aware she had no legal status, including her school, to that point. That school used your taxpayer money for her, not an American child. Bitched that they had to pay out-of-state tuition. Holy crap. Wonder if some taxpayer dollars went there for her tuition. What do you bet? Her father owns a construction business. Another long-term issue of officials ignoring immigration. Yeah, I have been a business owner. Do you know the shit you have to go through to own a business in this country? How about bank accounts for a business? Somehow illegals don't have to do any of it. Let me help you out here. Here's a little experience of my own actual owning of a business. An auto repair shop. In my area in the Quad Cities of Iowa and Illinois, there are many everybody openly knows it, auto repair shops owned by illegal aliens. Yep. Owned, run by, and half their techs are illegal, if not all. 1, they don't have to have business licenses. 2, if they do get a business license, somehow All the documentation I have to prove who I am, they do not. They just get to have it. Bank accounts, all the info I have to provide, they do not. Taxes, following OSHA regulations. All the disposals, they don't follow it because they don't have to. They can default on stuff because what are you going to do to them? It's crap. These people can undercut us because they're hiring illegals. They don't have to go by wages. They don't pay taxes most time in these businesses. Yeah, they don't pay Social Security on their laborers. They don't pay anything. They're not paying insurance. Your car gets damaged here, you're screwed. So yeah, it's an unfair practice. She was driving someone else's car, and the owner couldn't speak English either. She claimed to have an international driver's license. The officer helped them as much as he could to provide information, which is stupid. Stop helping. By the way, international driver's licenses aren't good in all areas. And if she has it, she should be able to prove it. Because there's actual documentation. If you're going to drive here, even on an international license, you have to have it turned into somebody so they know. Or you're driving without a license. They are going through evaluation and will be deported together. This is how the process works, how it would work anywhere. Yes. There are cases where a child was brought here, then deported years later to a country they don't know, can't speak the language. She can speak the language. Stop that shit. Because almost all illegal alien families, if they can speak English, they can still speak Spanish. Fuck you. I don't care if you're Zimbabwean. They can still speak Zimbabwean. You know? They don't just lose their language. They can speak the language. That is stupid. It's not a controversial case. What is controversial is so many systems have failed to enforce the basics of our laws for 20 years and let these people build lives here without legal status. Yes. The shit you have to go through to get a bank account, to get your kids into school. Birth certificates, vaccine records. They don't even make the illegal alien kids vaccinate. That's why we're seeing tuberculosis and all these other illnesses, scurvy crap coming back. Respiratory viruses and mumps and measles and oh my. Crazy strains of stuff we haven't seen for 100 plus years because they don't make their kids go through the same shit. American kids had to get COVID vaccines. Illegal alien kids weren't required to. Illegal alien can walk into a bank, get a bank account without any of the crap you have. Have to get an account. They can drive without insurance because they don't care. They'll just drive without a license or insurance. If they're picked up, they've been let go every time. License plates don't match the vehicle. Expired plates, you name it. They get let go. This is stupid. In a public parking lot near Penn Street, I spoke to the driver who was identified as Ximena Arias. I explained to her who I was and why I stopped her. Asked for a driver's license. Said she didn't have one. I asked her if she had ever had a license. She said an international license, but did not have it on her. You have to, and it should be registered with the state. She's been here 15 years. Should be registered with the state. Show me. They say shit. They're used to just walking away. I know for a fact, because I was in traffic stops, or the illegal traffic stops that you just stop and randomly harass drivers, the checkpoints. I've seen illegal aliens get picked up and then automatically the police just wave them through while they will write me a ticket for anything or whatever. I was watching these guys in a Honda Civic while the cop was harassing me about my front plate on my car I had at the time that didn't have a holder built on, so I didn't have one in the front. Which they won't harass Corvette owners for, but anything below a Corvette, they'll harass you. So it makes sense. But there's 4 people in a Honda Civic. And they're right next to us, so I got to see and hear all this. Not a single one of them had a driver's license. No insurance. There was no registration to the car. The license plates on the car came back to a Ford F-150. The sticker on it didn't cut had a little writing that we have here in Illinois. It was off somebody else's vehicle. The car itself had violations. Then they found who these people were, and they were all illegals. And what they do, the cops let them go. Drive off while they're harassing me about a front plate and being mad, wanting to check my insurance. You are letting people drive off, no license, no insurance, while you're harassing me. That's what's happened in this country. Illegal aliens have been above American citizens. Okay. International license. She said her mother took it as she was not supposed to be driving. Okay, then they talked to the mom, tried to call the owner of the vehicle and inform the vehicle is going to be at this location. Unable to reach them at first. Zamina was able to get the number from her mother. I had her put the phone on speaker. However, both the mother and vehicle owner only spoke Spanish. Yeah. Stupid. She had no driver's license in the U.S. illegally. Deport. 100%. Zamina Arias Cristobal, 19. Dalton, Georgia. So everybody in that school system should be arrested. Done. Tired of this. Yes, I'm spending some time on this because it's stupid. Stupid. Yeah. This isn't their country and they refuse to assimilate. Deport them all. We're done. Yes. They aren't here to be American. They're here to take from us. Yep. Yep. See another one. Tired of this. Done. I don't care if she's pretty or cute or whatever. Done. Brought her here illegally in 2010. Police tried to speak. Once again, if they really cared about their daughter becoming American, they could have tried to do it. They could have gone, especially under the Biden administration. They could have gone and said, hey, we're here illegally. Can we try to do this? They would have been, yep. Didn't care. Effing gaslighting. She's an adult. 19 years old. She has no legal status, driving without a license, driving without insurance. Whole family's here illegally. Her dad is already in ICE custody. You think she'd know better than to drive. Especially, at the very least, not to run stop signs. Idiot. And her mom made a choice. Yes, her dad and her mom made a choice. And guess what? American kids have to deal with the choices their parents make, good or bad. Why is it we don't think illegal alien children have to be subject to the choices of their parents? Once again, why are we treating illegal alien children above our own? Why is it illegal aliens, according to Democrats and the school system and whatever else in this city, why are they treated better than you and me? Craziness. So yeah, there's just so much. I like this right here. Little Roosevelt. We have room for but one flag, the American flag. We have room for but one language here. That is the English language. And we have room for but one sole loyalty. And that is a loyalty to the American people. 100%. That's why I also do not believe in dual citizenships. I hate that. You cannot be loyal to two countries at once. Insanity. I do not believe in dual citizenships. You either be a citizen of America or you go the fuck to the other country. No dual citizenships. A lot of countries do not allow dual citizenship. It is insane. It's known to be insane. Once again, I apologize for spending so much time on this, but people need to be spending time on this again. Not long ago, Colorado Springs decided they were no longer a sanctuary city. Sent all the bust-in illegals. They shipped to Denver. That found out how much money was going to cost them. Idiots, yeah. Yeah, it's stupid. Just stupid. I don't care. She's a cute girl. I don't care. She can go away. Once again, she didn't give a shit any more about this country than her mom and dad did. If she was so Woolsey raised her, she's so American, then why didn't she get a fucking license? Why didn't she have insurance in case she hurt one of you or me? They didn't care. Arrogance. Like I said, my word of the day is arrogance. Arrogance of illegal aliens, arrogance of the Democrats and or leftists. Just crazy. So yeah. I like this. This asshat. Left-wing activist Aaron Partis. Sorry, he's got to move on. I'm sorry. My transitions aren't working real well tonight. Sorry about that. The rest of the counties follow suit. None of us out here, but here sanctuary cities. Either we never wanted to do that mess. No. I live in Illinois. Illinois is a sanctuary state, unfortunately. Chicago is a sanctuary city. Most Illinoisans don't want it, but we're ruled over by friggin' Chicago. If you look at the state of Illinois, it is mostly red as hell. We got little pockets of blue. Chicago's a big bloom of blue right there. That one city. Something needs to be done where we need some type of electoral college type setup in our states. And I would say this, Democrats, even if it was the other way around, where you were feeling bad because you were ruled over by a Republican city in your state. Your Democrat state couldn't get jack shit done because of a Republican city. That doesn't represent your whole state. I get it. We need some type of electoral college set up in our states. Because it does not make sense for the whole state of Illinois, and there's other states like this, that are overruled by one fucking city. A city that has zero in common with anybody else in the rest of my state, your state, something else. Whichever state it is. But this asshole warned his 3 million TikTok followers about the planned ICE raids in D.C. before it happened. So yeah. Arrogance of lefties and Democrats. He shared a report from an anti-ICE, pro-illegal reporter who has leaked details on raids multiple times. Leakers need to be prosecuted. Yes. Let me help you here. If you are driving down the road, you see a police officer radaring people. Yeah. And you blink your lights or honk your horn or warn them somehow there's a cop there. If the cops know you did that, that is obstruction. You can't do that. You can't warn somebody doing something illegal about the cops, about the arrest coming. You can't do that. I know where some people go, but you're trying to make them stop. No, you are just interfering with the law. Whether I agree with it or not, it is interference. This is clearly interference, and it could get an ICE agent or a police officer hurt. We have lefties now raiding facilities here. So what's to say they won't do something violent if they know the police are going to be there? There's already people online touting to dox all agents and police officers involved, to put up their addresses, home addresses. That is crazy. This is nuts. I'm going to help you out here. Here's a public service. Democrats, lefties, illegals. I'm going to help you here. YouTube, I am definitely anti-violence, and here's how I'm going to try to help out. I'm helpful. I swear to God, if any of you left-tard or illegal alien jackwagons harms or goes near an ICE agent's or police officer's home, it will not work out for you. It will not. So all these people out there, we got to dox these agents in their homes and make them feel uncomfortable in their homes. Dude, do not. I'm telling you, this is one of the dumbest fucking ideas I've heard in a long time. But yeah, these asses here should be arrested. 100%. Yeah, the easy way to avoid an ICE raid at your business. The easiest way to avoid an ICE raid at your business is not to undercut American workers by exploiting illegals. Very simple, really. Yep. ICE raids at a deli previously owned by former Obama, a restaurant owned by Norah O'Donnell's spouse, which is cool because, man, she's had to keep her mouth shut as part of her reporting job because if she reports on this, it looks really bad. A restaurant owned by Chef Jose Andres. Yeah. They've been hiding these. Sorry, I like this one. Watching ICE raids in sanctuary cities. Yeah! 100%. 100%. Give that one a little love. All right. Let's see. ICE raid in Great Barrington, Massachusetts. Fat little military cosplay boys arrest an old man under orders from a convicted felon. Yep, see, and I take the good and the bad, but this guy's a moron. Fat little military cosplay? Most of these guys are ex-military, you dumb jackass, John Smith. You are stupid. Most of our law enforcement people are ex-military. They are not military cosplaying. And I just watched a police video before I came downstairs of an officer getting out of a car, walking up to a traffic stop, and as he got up, it's on his body cam, the firearm coming out the window and shooting him. They don't cosplay. These guys are dressed up in armor and everything because even during a traffic stop for a taillight, people will pull firearms and shoot them. Imagine what these people will do. Jeez. Sometimes they're not fat, buddy. Do you know what all the body armor and vests are they're wearing under their shirts and stuff? Kind of makes you a little chunkier. Arrest an old man. I don't give a shit. We don't give a shit if it's a pretty girl like this. We don't give a shit if it's an old man. You come here illegally, get out. And we need to do this to send a message to the others. Get out. Get out. Feel free to film. We don't care. Nobody cares anymore. So yeah. And then I like how the other way around. This moron. Convicted felon because you assholes changed the laws just to go after him. You made up new law. That's illegal under our Constitution. You don't get to make up a law to go after somebody. You don't get, as a public official, to run to be elected to just go after a person. That is targeting. It is illegal. You broke constitutional law in the way you ran his trials. You didn't allow evidence on his side. Nothing. You lied about what his buildings are worth. You know, Mar-a-Lago's only worth $16 million. You know, the tiny house next door is worth $30 million. Insane. And how dare Zillow? Zillow. This is my opinion, but fuck you. Zillow took down the worths of the houses around there. Because people are looking on Zillow going, hey, wait a fucking second. Mar-a-Lago, you said it's only worth this much. Well, this show's worth shitloads more on Zillow. Also, Zillow shows all the houses around that are good-sized houses, but nowhere near as big as Mar-a-Lago. The land is a postage stamp here in Mar-a-Lago. Why is that worth $32,000 or $32 million? But you're saying Mar-a-Lago's worth 16. This doesn't say 16. Zillow took them down. I don't know if it's back up, but it was gone. So I was looking one day and I went to show my friend another day and it was gone. Wouldn't let you look them up. So yeah. But I like this guy. This girl, I mean, Gemini girl goes, ICE raid in Great Barrington, Massachusetts. Listen to those screeching Karens. Illegal, has no rights. What the hell is wrong with these people? 100%. 100% morons. Once again, these are lefties that still probably live with mommy and daddy, live off mommy and daddy. Same people that don't want to pay for their college loans. Same people. Oh, grab 'em. I love it. I love it. I'm with this man right here. Yeah! And that'll lead us into our next little bit of arrogance. Here in a second here. We're going to stare at this happy man. I'm going to check the chat. It's absolutely BS. 100%. Get this one. When my kids were little, I went to apply for food assistance until we got on our feet. My cousin's wife was my caseworker. We got denied. Oh man, was I pissed. I was told pissed. I told her, how can illegals? Yeah, 100%. I've mentioned this before. At my CF care facility some years back, I had a lung exacerbation, but they didn't want to do this at the time, had to get me a PICC line and get me on home IV and a bunch of other meds at home, which I'd never done at the time, because they had no rooms in the CF care facility or the whole hospital because they were full up with the illegal aliens. Illegal aliens were in my respiratory specialty care unit, rescue they call it, that has to care for my lung problem was full up with illegal aliens. So me and other CF people I know, as citizens, couldn't get in to get rooms. I know one, I can't be 100% sure, but according to another CF person I know, a CF person is no longer with us because of that. Because they couldn't get in there. They had it worse than I did, got really bad exacerbation of the lungs, got really sick, couldn't get a room, couldn't handle it at home, and they died. How many times does that happen where illegal aliens get a transplant, any type of transplant? Chicago, some years ago, illegal alien got bumped up in a line, got a kidney transplant. Some American on the bottom of that list died. So, yeah, it's craziness. It's stupid. Yep. Oh, yeah, I agree. Because it's easy. Because illegal aliens don't pay taxes. People, well, they pay tax. No, they pay when they buy something. They pay a sales tax. They do not pay taxes. They work under the table mostly. Even their businesses are illegal. They do not pay the taxes you and I do. They do not pay the fees. It's crazy. Which makes you wonder, how are they getting home loans? How are they getting car loans? You want to stop this illegal immigration shit? Go after businesses. All right, this is going to lead us into our next a little bit of arrogance here. And this is still the Democrat side. I won't pay for my student loans. These are a bunch of leftards who took out loans, who 10, 15 years down the road haven't, if they've paid something, they paid the bare minimum. Most of them don't pay nothing. They're mad about, how dare you? How dare you? Hey, screw you. Every banking institution out there in America should be sent every one of these pieces of crap's videos. Yes, I will say it to you. If you want to default on your loan, you're a piece of crap. And every bank should have access to your little recording and whining and the very fact you won't pay your college loans and never, ever, ever give you a loan. If you will default on this loan because how dare they? Oh my God, interest. I shouldn't have to pay this back. What bank would want to loan you money on a house or a car when you're going to go, oh my God, I shouldn't have to pay that back? Yeah. What car dealership, what bank should ever loan you money? You should never have access to a loan again. Never. You will live in an apartment. You will drive a crap old car you can buy in cash. That is it. Nothing you can ever get a loan on should ever come near you again. Enjoy the life you built. You want to be a lazy or just arrogant piece of shit? Screw you. Live it. Live it 100%. Those of us out here who paid. With my health problem, my family and I busted my ass to pay for college. Paid my loans off. My wife paid hers off. We both have some challenges in our life. We've paid them. If we can do it, you healthy asses can do it. While you're driving around with your lattes, going on vacations to Aruba, driving a luxury SUV. Screw you. You could have been paying on your loans. So let me get my headphones here. We're going to listen to a few of these idiots. This is arrogance right here. The left is all about arrogance. 100% arrogant pieces of crap. Freeloader says she won't ever pay her student loans because she'll perpetually defer them by taking minimum amount of classes necessary forever. Well, that's good. You're going to live a great life when you're going to be trying to pay money. So she's going to pay money to a college. Yes, probably a community college, if I remember this video right, which isn't tons all the time, but you're still going to pay thousands to perpetually not just pay your loan for thousands. Democrat math, 2 + 2 = 5. Gee, no wonder you still owe money, stupid. The work they will go to avoid paying. Okay, I'm going to disagree with this little caption right here before I start. Paying your student loan does not make you morally superior. Yeah, it does. It does. You won't pay your loan. I paid mine. My wife paid hers. My brother-in-law didn't even get one. He went to an apprenticeship and now has a great job. We are all morally superior to you. My brother-in-law for choosing to do it a different way where he didn't even have to do loans. I'm sure he had to buy some tools and stuff, but you know what I mean. My wife and I and other people like us paying our loans off, yeah, we are morally superior to you because we understood when we signed on that line, we agreed and swore to pay. Said we would pay for this. We understand interest rates, we understand payments, all that. We swore, we followed what we swore to do. We are morally superior to you who signed the same thing, saw what you had to pay, saw what it would be, and now you're going, nope, don't have to pay it. You are morally bankrupt. You are automatically a Democrat lefty. So yes, we are morally superior.
I will never be paying my student loans. And here's how you can also never pay your student loans without having your wages garnished by the federal government if you would like to do that. As long as you are enrolled in 6 credit hours per semester, you do not have to make a payment on your student loans. If you hate school, this might not be the right option for you. If you only owe like less than $5,000.
Not just hate school. You have to spend time going to the school, going to classes. And you will be paying, if you're going to do this perpetually, you'll be paying thousands and thousands of dollars. Gas, time, food, time in class, time you can't be at a job, time you can't be with friends, time you can't be at home with kids, time, money. You are dumb. Not just morally inferior, you are dumb. No wonder you haven't paid nothing. No wonder you are in debt.
Student loans, then just pay those. However, for me, and as I am sure is true for a lot of people, it is cheaper for me to take 6 credit hours at the local community college a semester than it is for me to make 1 month of minimum payments to my student loans. I am a teacher.
Let me help you out also. Do you know that banks, when you go get a loan, let's say she wants a car loan or a home loan, they're going to look at that and go, wait a second, you've been in college? How long? Wait, you're taking only this? What are you doing? They're going to say, you're a bad risk. You're a teacher and you can't pay any of your loans? I know what teachers make. I'm going to say it right now. It is a fallacy that our teachers are poor, put upon people. I've seen the cars in the parking lots at my schools in my area. The teachers do very well. They're not rich by far, but they do a lot better than the rest of us. I know tons of teachers who talk about all their vacations overseas. There's a gaggle of them that go to my gym. I listen to them talk about their latest vacation out of the country. Okay, remember, they work 9 months a year. I wish I could do that and get year-round benefits. Work 9 months a year, about the 3 months or so you're off, you're still getting bennies. Full everything. Don't have that long a work day. And I'm sorry, any teacher that bitches me, well, I had to buy pencils and stuff and paper for my classroom. Hey, fuck you. Do you know how much money I have in tools? Do you know how much money a framer, a roofer, a plumber has in tools and equipment? He buys vehicles. Yeah. You have no clue. Oh my God, you have to buy a few pencils or something. Fuck you. Dude, get on a tool truck. Buy a ratchet. Buy a toolbox. Morons. I'm tired of this bullshit thing where our teachers are just can't make it. Can't make it. Bull. I dated one who was honest. Before I met my wife, I dated a teacher. She knew how good she had it, and she would spout it. She argued with our teacher. She said, no, we got it great. Our days are shorter than most people's on average. She's like, we get vacation time and personal days during the 9-month school year. We get year-round benefits. She's like, I can double my time by taking in a study hall or doing some track stuff. It's not hard to get more money. She's like, we make good money for what we do. She knew it. She was damned happy.
You know what my hobbies include? They include reading and learning new things. My hobbies do not include missing my children growing up because I have to get a second and third job on top of teaching full time.
Maybe you should have paid your loans off before you had kids. Maybe. So this bitch gets to make choices. She chooses not to pay her loans, then goes out and chooses, while she's in debt, to have kids and incur more income need. How's that our problem? That's a her problem. That's I made decisions because I didn't give a fuck. I was never going to pay my loan back. I wanted it. I do what I want. I don't want to pay my loans. I just want to have kids now. I don't want to do anything that I have to do. Maybe before you had kids, you should have worked a couple jobs to pay your loans down. Maybe you should have been making extra payments and you wouldn't have had as much debt now. But oh no, you decided to go have kids. I'm assuming you're married. So you've now saddled your husband with that, because actually when you're married, that will affect his credit rating if you don't pay. Hope he's happy with you. Because how dare you ask for your money back? I want to spend time with my kids. I want to spend time doing vacations. I want to spend time going to Wisconsin Dells. I want to spend time doing what I want, not what I need to do, not following my obligations. Arrogance.
To make a minimum payment to the federal government when education should be free.
No, you're making a payment to the taxpayers. That is taxpayer money. That's my money who paid my loans. My wife's money who paid her loans. Family members and people I know that own businesses who never took out loans. That is their taxpayer dollars. Screw you. We don't owe you. You owe us money.
My local community college, though.
By the way, the fallacy of free education will work just as good as free government welfare housing does. You give them this stuff. HUD housing. Look at the turnover and the problems with HUD housing. When you give somebody something expensive, they didn't have to work for it. They don't give a shit. There's a reason that welfare, Section 8, HUD stuff goes to shit, because they do not care. They have no skin in the game. They don't give a fuck. It goes to shit. Same with their education. You give it away, they don't care. They don't care to try. They don't care if they fail. They don't care if they walk out. Don't care. If you have to work for it, you give a shit. Grasshopper and the ant
will know my name. They will know my name. They will hate to see me coming.
Okay.
I will be there every semester, enrolling in my 2-3 little classes.
Fine.
And
then she's going to wonder why she can't work enough hours at her real job to pay her loans down. Why she can't see her kids. Because she wants to spend time. She's going to take time and money to dodge it instead of just doing it. Dumbass. Hey, slow burn. How's it going, man? Sorry. Moron should be in the school rest of their life. Yeah. Oh, I've had PICC lines a lot. I got scars inside of both arms. Huge scars where I've had so many PICC lines. It's a thing. It goes along with it. How you doing there, slow burn? It is what it is. Is this the same crazy biot? There's a bunch of them, slow burn. Or bunny, sorry. There's a bunch of them. They're everywhere. Here's another one. Like I said, I can just scan down. Look at this. Look at this. They're all over the place. We'll play a few more, but you get the idea. The arrogance of these people. Like I said, my theme of the night. Arrogant Democrats breaking into ICE facilities, now actually rioting and causing violence. Arrogance, getting arrested. Arrogance of the illegal aliens. Not even trying to learn English after being here 15, 20 plus years. Not driving with a license. Not even getting insurance in case they hurt one of us. Do not care. Arrogance is the name of the game tonight, and arrogance is the left. So here's another dum-dum. She actually wants us to feel sorry for her being a deadbeat.
Well, they just dropped the student loan bomb. Fuck. The federal government...
Oh, nose ring. Says it all right there. The mark of the lefty woman, the hoggering. I don't know why they think that's attractive.
Just announced that it's coming for your loans, and collections begin May 5th for student loan debt.
Oh,
If you're in default, they can garnish your wages.
good.
They can take your tax return, and they can even take like your benefits like Social Security.
As I just said, they can do the same thing if you get any other type of loan and you're not paying on it. You default on a home loan. You default on a car loan. How do these idiot people ever think anybody should ever give them a car or home loan? Ever. If they will default on this loan because they don't think they should have to, tell me they're not going to default on those. And as I said a little bit ago, fuck you, then you live the way you want to live. You should never be allowed a loan for anything. You will live in an apartment. You will drive an old car that you can buy cheap cash. Never should you ever be allowed any type of loan. Any bank that gives this woman a loan is stupid. And Slowburn, I see your mistake, buddy. I see your mistake. You actually used the word logic. Remember, this is the side that thinks 2 plus 2 is 5. They think being on time is racist. Yeah. They think, like this chick up here said, you're paying your student loan does not make you morally superior. Yes, it does. If you sign an agreement, you swear to pay, you know the rules, you will pay this, you say, if you don't pay it, yes, you are morally inferior. So, Slowburn, you gotta watch it. Don't say logic. These people do not go by logic, sorry. They are ruled by their emotion, and it's what they want. These are the everybody gets a trophy generation. Mommy and daddy never spanked them, never told them they were wrong, told them everything coming out of their mouth was rainbows and unicorn farts. You're all special. George Carlin, if everybody's special, nobody is, runs the word. It's bullshit. So, yeah. So, by the way, like I said, the hog ring gives it away. 100%. So, yeah, I can't go with logic. They aren't thinking logic. These are self-centered, spoiled people who do not feel they should have to do anything they don't want to. Why do you think most of them are in debt? They took shit degrees. Gender studies degrees. I have a master's degree in 3rd century German cuneiform language. Shit that'll never get them a real job, half of them. Or what's the other one, my favorite? I'm a social worker. Oh, good God. Let's keep going to her wisdom.
And if you still can't pay it and you default, they're going to send you to collections.
Good.
They're about
Welcome.
5.3.
Guess what, lady? You give fault on any loans, they'll send you to collections. You buy a toaster that has payments. You default on that, they will send you to collections. You default on a medical bill, they will send you to collections. Welcome to life. What college did this total tard go to where she cannot figure out that that's the way all of life works? You agree to pay for something, you don't pay for it, you get collected. Good God.
Million people in the United States right now in default. This is going to hurt the people that are already struggling the most.
Oh.
They are really just trying to absolutely.
Says the woman sitting under a nice looking outside awning pergola thing, little lights strung up, her hair looks good. She had the money for a hog ring in her nose. She had money for a very fancy looking necklace. She had money for rings on her fingers, but not money to pay for her loans because she was struggling. She was struggling. That's a therapy nose ring. That's a therapy necklace. That's a therapy set of rings. I need the pergola. I need the fancy thing. These are brats. I want to do this. I don't want to do that. I shouldn't have to.
Absolutely cripple as many people as fucking possible at this point.
Oh.
It's pretty clear they want us completely broke.
No, only you morons. You don't look broke. Once again, pull the hog ring out, take this jewelry off, take it down to the pawn shop, or a jeweler, sell the gold stuff back, and maybe pay on your loans. Maybe not live in a place that looks pretty fancy to have this big outdoor. I see the sliding door in the background. It's a house.
They don't give a fuck about our health. They don't really give a shit if we die. Yeah, they're just gonna cut.
And what does that have to do with paying your school loans?
This really just paves the path for
the lefty. Chicken Little, sky is falling. If you make me do something I don't want, everything's horrible.
So much more bullshit.
I just realized that's about the
I would love to know who is dating or married to this
same amount
woman.
of people that have been at the protests. Interesting. Well, see you guys May 1st. That's the next one.
Aww. All right. Stay away from nose rings. Yes, the nose ring is the new mark of the demon for the lefty woman. It used to be the shaved side head and the colored hair. Now it's the nose ring. And if you see all of it, you see nose ring, shaved side head, and colored hair. Holy shit. Do not turn your back. Do not run away. You back away looking at them. You do not turn your back on that. That is 3 levels of nuts right there. That is 3 full levels of nuts. And not only that, if they have the hog ring, then 1 other ring in each nostril. Oh, you got a minotaur lefty there. You got mark of the devil. Poof. You pray to any god. You pray to all gods. Even if you only believe in one, you pray to them all that you're going to get away from that one. That's crazy. Hey, Squidward, how's it going, man? Listen while you eat dinner. Well, thank you very much. Where are you that you're eating dinner? Hey, I'm not stupid. I've been doing this a long time. I know that the internet is worldwide. Hey, it's just because it's 3 a.m. here, it's like 2 a.m. for Bunny. It's, everybody's got their times. That's why I do say good morning, good afternoon, good evening a lot of times. Besides, a friend of mine was a big fan of Jim Carrey. Got me saying that. Moo, 100%. I was paying my way through nursing school, books, extra class. Yeah, exactly. But see, that's the way a lot of us did. Hell, our parents probably planned to have kids. They said, okay, we're going to get married. We're going to see how financially we are, see what kids we can afford. We're going to have kids. Cool. We're ready. Let's go. Now people just get together, boink, have kids, and go, government, pay for my kids. They don't want to pay for their kids. They get mad if they pay for their own children now. They want the government to pay for contraception and the kids either way. So it's like, wow, what are you paying for in your own life? It's 1 a.m. here, but I'm rolling my sleep schedule back. Oh, wow. Wow. Well, we've got 3, 2, and 1 a.m. right now. So we got 3 of the time zones. All we need is an East Coaster and we're set. But welcome. Thank you for hanging out. All right, so we move on. I won't do too many more of these, but this one's golden to me. Okay. Freeloader says she's not paying a cent of her student loans back to the Department of Education. She claims she was forced into college. I have yet to see where they grab you, force you through them doors, lock you in, chain you to the desk, go, ha, now you will pay money. Haven't seen it. She can say whatever, but we're legally getting our tax dollars back starting Monday, May 5th. It is now the 10th. Default student loans will be collected. Yes. Once again, I cannot say this enough. How do these people ever expect any bank to ever loan them a penny for a car or a house? If a bank ever sees it, sometimes they do social media searches on you. If they ever see this, she should never ever either be out of her parents' house or maybe not even in an apartment. She is a bad risk. Horrible risk.
Oh, and another thing, you can tell FAFSA to go on right to hell, and I'll meet them there. I'm not giving y'all a goddamn cent of my money, okay?
The arrogance. Once again, theme of the night, arrogance. I will take your money. I will do it for some bullshit dumb degree. But how dare you ask my amazingness for any of your money back. I should just be able to take it because I am epic. I am a lefty. I have rainbows and unicorn farts flying out of my mouth. My mommy and daddy said I am the most beautiful, amazing thing on earth. Yeah. Okay.
Money that I don't have, by the way. But even if I did have the money to pay for it, you're still not getting it. Y'all the ones
That
forced
right
us
there. I believe that is a jailable offense, actually. You'll admit you have the money, but you're not going to pay it? In some ways, that's actually called fraud. Because you said you would pay it back. You're not paying. You're not paying it back because you don't have the money, just because you don't want to. In a lot of places, that's called fraud. If you sign, I hereby agree to pay, blah, 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 I understand everything above. You sign and date it. Then you say, well, I got the money, but no. That's fraud. So maybe start arresting them.
to go in the first place, telling us that if we didn't go to college, we weren't going to amount to nothing. And, you know, going to college is better than having a trade. And, you know, if you want to have this amount of money, then you need to. All lies. All lies. Most of us are unemployed. Most of us are working in fields that have nothing to do with our degree.
Yeah, because you chose shit degrees. You chose something stupid. I chose 4th generation Egyptian mid-century green grass basket weaving as my master's. I did my thesis on skin color of gerbils under their fur. Strangely, I can't find a job in those fields. Gee, no shit. I am a master's social worker. How many social workers do you think we friggin' need? It's like in my area, I'm sorry, we're a little buried in chiropractors. We have one of the biggest most well-known chiropractic schools in the country here, the Palmer School of Chiropractic. We are assholes and elbows in chiropractors around here. We don't need any more. If your back is out and you're limping around hurting because you just can't find a chiropractor, you might be a lefty here. All right, finish this chicky poo.
You can take that up with whoever you need to take it up with. Take it up with Jesus. I heard he paid it all. That's what they've been telling me. They say he paid it all, and I'm gonna let him pay it. So, y'all not getting a goddamn shit.
Oh yeah, a little bit. They're gonna garnish your shit. They're gonna garnish your shit. They will take property. You go for it, girly poo. All right. This will be our last one because I can go on and on. There's more and more. There's just crazy stuff everywhere. So, but you get the idea. Leftist says that since people can't afford to pay their student loans, yeah, they can. They don't want to. They won't be paid back. She adds that government doesn't have the resources to collect on these. What a bet. This ain't 1949. It's all electronic. Some guy in a bank, somebody in the government just goes, click on a key. And they can choose all and then hit, bink, enter. Oh, shit. Every bank now knows anybody working, any business that's paying you now knows, oh no, this money's coming out. Good luck. Good luck. Wages will be garnished in perpetuity till the loans are repaid. You freeloaders aren't getting off. 100%.
The student loan thing, because most people who are not paying back their student loans right now are doing it because they can't afford it.
No.
Not because they don't want to.
No.
And just because you
see how she did that? Here's how she did
are
that.
doing it because they can't afford it. Not because they don't want to.
Yes, they do.
And just because you
They
call
could.
it and tell them to pay you doesn't mean money comes out of nowhere. And I know they said they're going to garnish wages, but that takes resources that they're currently cutting. So I think they're going to target specific people that are really loud and annoying that they might garnish, but that they're going to send the rest of us to collections.
Okay, try it. Some dude sits behind a computer, has the whole, like, say, 10,000 of you people in a list. He says, select all, enter. And now your shit, all 10,000 of you all get garnished. Good luck. Play the game. FAFO. It's amazing how many Democrats don't understand FAFO. In all honesty, I'll be honest. I know tons of people that are mildly left, like you'd consider them 90s Democrats, honestly. Centrists, libertarians, and I know some slight right like me, and then I know some crazy far right. Every one of them knows FAFO. Somehow the lefty, you don't hear them use FAFO, and when they do, they use it really wrongly. So, left can't meme, can't joke, they have no sense of humor. Let me catch up with you guys. Slow burn, jail time, and they would all get in line to make payments. Yes, I agree. And it is fraud. Especially the chick up here says she's got the money. Don't care. That's fraud. You signed saying you would. Fraud. Jail. Done. But we don't even have to jail them. This is the age of electronics, guys. Sorry, lefties. You like your debit cards and all your electronic shit. Guess what? Click. You just been garnished. Try to get out of it. It goes out to all banking institutions automatically. As soon as you get an account, whatever, if you work for a business, it's all electronic. Their wages will be garnished. Your bank account will be garnished. Automatic. They do the same thing to deadbeat dads on their child support. So, good luck. But personally, slow burn, I like your idea a little better. I think if we start jailing some of these lefties, especially the riotous ones, oh, you're going to see some shit clean up real quick. You take some of these assholes and go, well, guess what? Enjoy the next year in jail. Oh, you're going to see some shit change. Because these are very soft people. Very soft. They act all badass in groups, but as I keep saying, Democrats are like zombies. If they're alone, they're not. They may be a little annoying and not too dangerous. A little bit, but not too dangerous. But in big groups, they're dangerous. So yeah. Oh, what Slowburn said. All right, Slowburn, you get good points on that one. All right, Skvidvard, in the libtard's defense, for whatever reason, things are pretty rough, even for STEM majors lately. I agree, but we all still must go with our obligations. If we sign on the dotted line, you are a moral person if you pay that back. A lot of these people are people that didn't even pay the minimum, never tried to pay a penny. Don't care. While they're going on vacations, buying cars, having kids, doing other stuff, spending money everywhere. Nose rings, necklaces, gold rings on the fingers, hairdos, whatever. So I agree, but the fact is they don't want to pay. They don't care. This chick's here, I have the money, I don't want to. So yeah, I agree. At least those who don't already have their foot in the door. Yes, it can be tough. And I agree, some in STEM, yes, there's some job problems out there. But a lot of these are people that took shit degrees. They really are. It was fun being boss of STEM degree holders at the pizza place I worked at several years ago. Wow. That level of what I call fun evil, I love it. God, that touches my heart, man. That touches my heart. In a way, you gotta kind of go, I didn't spend all that money you did and all that time in that school, and hey, look at that. We're both in the same place. You gotta kind of like that, in a way. You gotta kind of look at the universe and go, thank you for that one. Appreciate that. You kind of gotta look at the universe, and once in a while go, yeah. Thank you, God. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Zeus. Thank you, Apollo. Whatever you like. Thank you, Spaghetti Monster. Thank you to the Jedi. Whatever. Every once in a while, you think, maybe there is balance to the universe, because some of these people are real assholes. Crypto for the win. I don't know. I hope so. I've seen Bitcoin is taking some rises and falls. If I had a little more money, I'd be definitely buying them falls. I was going to school in the morning and worked at level 4 trauma center at ER 3 p.m. to 11 p.m. and go home and study. Yeah, With my lung problem, at one time I was working 3 jobs. And then another time I was going to school full time and then still working 2 jobs. So yeah, and still being able to care for my health. So if I can do it, Bunny can do it. Thousands and thousands of these idiots could do it. Don't want to. Like she said, I don't want to. Even if I have the money, I will not pay you. So yeah. I was also their translator. Oh boy. Oh boy. All right, but yeah, that level of arrogance, we can go through all these idiots. Woman says she's not paying her student loans, doesn't care about them, blah, 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 blah. Her wages are garnished, she'll just move to the next company. It won't matter. It's instant. Your first paycheck will be garnished. It's electronic. Student loan debts follow people everywhere they go. Yes. I don't know. Her vehicle doesn't look very old. She had money for that. And it looks like a good-sized SUV. Yeah, I see at least 2 more rows of seats. Those aren't cheap. So, yeah, we could go through thousands of these. All right, we're going to move on a little in a second. Let me have a drink and look at you guys. We're going to do a little Charles Barkley here in a sec. Oh, yes, yes, yes. All right. Little Charles. You know what? Him and Shaquille O'Neal are 2 people. They're not always right, but you know what? They're 2 people, especially Shaq. Let me ask you this question. Does Shaq kind of rub you all as a really kind of a good guy? I mean, I'm not a big sports fan, but I've heard from people who are really into the NBA and into following guys off the court and off the field, whatever. I've heard them say that Shaq is actually a pretty good guy. I mean, really, on and off, he really lives his life as a pretty good guy. And I don't know as much about Barkley, but I do think, from what I've heard, that he's kind of a good guy. Whether we agree on everything or not. But any of you guys that might follow sports more than me, do you hear that Shaq and Barkley are actually pretty cool guys in their real life? His son trooned out. Really? Is that why he's all freaked out? Tell you what, that's kind of why Elon Musk is against it, I think. Because his one daughter went and did this crazy shit. I think once a parent with any brain cells sees one of their kids go crazy like this, that turns them against it instantly. Not that it means he's not a good guy or anything. Yeah. Well, Skvidvard, that's probably why some of these people turn against it. Because real parents see this brain rot hit their kids and they go, oh, nope, totally against it. It's stupid. Charles Barkley, I do not, under any circumstances, 0, think that biological men, should play in biological women's sports. I'm done. I don't want to hear you try to explain it to me. Common sense is making a comeback. Yes. We'll do a little quick listen here to old Charles.
I'm going to make this very simple for you, Dan. Men should not play sports against women. I'm not going to get into all the bullshit that's going on out here in the world today. If anybody think that, I think they're stupid. I'm not, like I say, I support the gay community 100%. I support the transgender community 100%. But I do not, under any circumstances, under 0, think that men should play sports against women. And if anybody have a problem with that, they're going to have to get over it. Because I'm not going to change. I just think it's wrong, period. If people disagree with me, I'm good with that. Hey, yeah. We disagree. Yeah. I'm not mad at you. I don't hate you. I'm not going to call you names because that's just silly and stupid. But
I will. I'm sorry, Charles. You can be the bigger man. I'll be the much, much, much shorter man than you. And I'll be the one. You stay above it all. I will be the name caller. Sorry, sometimes name calling is a good thing. Bring back shame. Bring back ridicule. Call it for what it is. So I have no problem letting Charles be the better man. I am here to not be the not better man.
Never gonna think it's all right for men to play sports against women.
Nope.
And I don't even think that's controversial. That's the thing that's funny. Like some of this stuff, like when you see these debates on television, like, yeah, men shouldn't play sports against women. I'm done. I don't want to hear you try to explain it to me. No. I don't want to hear it. I'm not going to argue with you. Men shouldn't play sports against
Yep.
women. I'm done. There's a lot of we can argue over. That ain't one of them.
Yep. 100%. 100%. Get them, Charles. Get them. I mean, man, oh man, it's crazy that for spouting facts and common sense, I call this one of our dark ages. I call this an intellectual dark ages we're in right now. People are going to look back 100, let's say 500 years from now, 1,000 years from now. They're going to think of this time like we think of the medieval dark ages. They're going to look at this as a mental, intellectual dark ages where even doctors went along with this brain rot shit. Doctors do no harm. Doctors, men of science, doctors who know biology went along with this. A child can't choose to eat chicken nuggets and whiskey with every meal. Can't drive a car. Can't go and, choose to have relations. They can't go and buy firearms. Can't do tons of things. Can't get a tattoo. Can't hack off a limb. Kinda. Depends which limb it is. But hey, we can change our gender, screw with our biology. Intellectual dark ages. I think any doctor that goes along with that stuff should be in jail. That is not good. All right, I can go. That's just all him doing the same thing. I wanted to call that out. Oops, I didn't know I had two of them in there. I wonder how that doubled. Well, that's weird. Well, Scooby-Dooby-Doo. All right. I'm going to apologize. I know you don't come here expecting any type of super intelligence from me, but sometimes I feel bad for actually physically going out and damaging brain cells. And anytime somebody listens to Jasmine Crockett, who's going to tell Jaquita Jasmine Crockett that her race and her party committing all the violence? Yes, I don't understand how in the name of, once again, my favorite phrase, Zeus's butthole, the left can still put out the thing that, the right is violent. The right is the violent ones. They're crazy. They're bad. Bad. We're scared of them. We should be. White supremacy, even though, hey, look who's doing most of the crimes. They don't seem to be undermelanated. Uh-oh. Let's see, who's doing all the other rioting and crap? Uh-oh. Seems to be the left. It's easily provable. And somehow, as soon as you mention the Summer of Love, they don't even hear it. They can walk away from that. The media lets them out of it. J6. 1. Summer of Love. Thousands of these riots. Billions in damage. 40 people dead. But yeah, the right is the violent ones. No, what they are equating with violence is this. Here's why they can say the right is violent. Because, to the left, words hurt. If words hurt, words are violence. When you disagree with a lefty, you're violent. When they say the sky is green, you go, no, it's blue. Violence. When you say illegal aliens should go home and they say no, you are committing violence because you disagree with them. When you say 2 + 2 is 4, they say 2 + 2 is 5, you are committing violence by disagreeing with them. Words hurt. That's it. That is how they can get away with all this. When you are talking about a people who say the phrase words hurt, then anything you say that doesn't agree with them is violence, so they then equate you with violence because they feel actual pain from words. So let's listen to this brainchild here. Oh, we all know she's always super intelligent. Oops, I got to pull it up.
They try to act like, political violence.
Here, let me back
Political violence. It's the Democrats. They try to act
There
like,
we go.
oh, political violence, it's the Democrats and it's the liberals. And it's like, actually, I mean, I'm not going to say that like a left-leaning person cannot be violent, because that would be like crazy to say that somebody can't be. But baby, y'all got the white.
I love the ghetto talk. Go look at a video of this woman from about 2 to 4 years ago. She spoke just straight English. No Ebonics, no ghetto speech, nothing. She's got a persona now, and somehow Democrats think this is going to bring black people back to their side. I can speak ghetto just like you. I can speak thug. I can speak Ebonics. I'm cool. Baby.
White supremacists galore, okay? Like all of them. You got the Proud Boys, you got the neo-Nazis. You have people that literally.
What about Black Panthers? What about BLM? What about Antifa? We can go on. What about crime rates? What about the fact that a white person was it 15 times more likely to be ended by a black person than the other way around? How about the fact that you all say that white people are born racist because of their skin color, white fragility, all this crap? You can call us any racial slur in the book, and you can do it on YouTube. You can use the N-word on YouTube. Who is the violent racist ones?
Should be classified as domestic terrorists, because a lot of times that is what they are doing. They are engaging in domestic terrorism.
Give me the examples. And if you're going to say J6, I'm going to say May 29th, Washington, D.C. Damaged White House grounds, burned things on White House grounds, injured 200 plus police officers, Secret Service, burned a church. The president had to be put in a bunker. You knocked down fences of the White House and burned guard posts on White House grounds. So that's it. J6 is negated. Now, give me other right-leaning riots and all these dangerous things. Come on. You have nothing. We can go back to Ferguson and move on forward. Everything is lefty. So this is the bullshit that they keep talking to their smooth-brained, brainwashed morons who will never look anything up. Try telling them that Trump didn't say there's good people in the white supremacists in Charlottesville. Try telling them that Trump isn't orange. Try telling them any facts. They know none of it. They depend on their brainwashed masses.
And guess what? They all align with your side.
Yeah.
Including the KKK.
Show me.
So like...
Can't let that one go. I'm betting everybody here knows where the KKK came from. Democrats. Who fought? Who were most of the people on the side of the South? Democrats. Who was the president? What party was the president who ended slavery? Republican. What was the party that voted to end slavery? Republican. What was the party that backed the civil rights movement and rights for black people and equality? Republicans. Who fought against it? Democrats. Joe Biden in Congress made us talking about how he didn't want his kids being in a racial jungle. Yeah. Democrats. She is a liar. She is, now you want to talk about an Uncle Tom or a race traitor? This woman knows her party is always the one that keeps black people down. They today think black people are too stupid to work a cell phone, to look things up, to get an ID, to know where to get an ID. She is calling black people stupid. She is evil.
I mean, this is who aligns with that. So like inherently in like who you are, y'all are violent. Like y'all, and most of your violence has to do with people that's got a little bit of melanin. But nevertheless, like y'all.
Once again, a white person in America is 15 times more likely to be attacked or ended by a melanated person than the other way around. So she is stupid. She knows these numbers. She also, being in the government, knows the crime stats that 12 to 13% of our population is committing 55 to 60% of all types of violent crime. She knows she's lying. She is an evil T-Wat.
Y'all are a violent group of, like, you attract violent actors. And, like, I'm sorry, I know they tried to make Black Lives Matter out to be the most violent. What about Black Lives Matter? Now,
It was a scam. Show me the money that helped black people. Come on. The people higher ups all end up buying themselves shit. None of the money went to help black people.
No. So that's the thing. Like, they try to pretend like that.
No pretending. And she knows she's lying. She knows she's lying. She doesn't care. Here we go. Here's just one. Interracial violent incidents per capita of offending race. Let's see. White on black. Uh-oh. Way down here. Look at that. Oh, no. Black on white. Oh, shit. Huh. Hispanic on white. Oh, shit. Black on Hispanic. Well, damn it. Still a lot higher. Oh, white on Hispanic. Okay. That's a little up there. A little too high for my liking. Hispanic on black. Uh-oh. Still higher. White on black. Jasmine, you're full of shit. You're a liar. She knows this shit. She's a liar. How do you know a Democrat is lying? Because they're a Democrat. You don't even have to have their lips moving. All right, let me catch up here. I'm so tired of all the code switching. Oh, I hate it. And I don't even like the phrase code switching. How about just pandering? Call it what it is. Pandering. It's pandering. That's the best word for it. Sometimes we don't need these new cutesy phrases. Code switching. It sounds cute. Sounds cool. It's in. But it's pandering. 100%. But yeah, I am butt tired of it too. Oh my God. I am as tired of code switching as I am of prequels. Stop with prequels. Stop with code switching. I'm not sure which one I'm more tired of, actually. I'm tired of remakes, too. Oh, stop it. Tired of the code switching. If I hear one more leftist over-enunciate a Spanish-placed name, yes! Oh, Ocasio-Cortez does that. She'll go back in and really, really roll the MRs and go crazy. It's like, we hear you talk. You're from New York. Screw you. Yes, I agree. I totally agree, Skvidvard. It is so tiresome. Bunny, OMG, Charles Barkley, my oldest daughter just had to have a pair of Barkley's shoes. I didn't know he had shoes. Really? He had Barkley's shoes? So the basketball guard, I told you better win a championship, win games with these $200 shoes. Yeah. Wow. Cool. And that was a good investment, wasn't it? I didn't know Barkley had shoes. Wow. Shows you what I know. But yeah, Jasmine Crockett has got to be, some people call her the dumbest person in Congress. No, she knows she's lying. This woman, if you look her up from years ago, did not talk ghetto or Ebonics. She's playing a part. She's doing it on purpose. She knows she's not lying. She knows these numbers. She knows she is in this blue line. She is part of the group that is insanely violent and insanely racist. And it's time we all started saying the facts. Black people are the racists in America. The very fact of this statistic. And there's even worse ones when you break it down to the cities. These statistics prove who are the racists. It's just a fact. They attack everybody more than anybody attacks them. Black people are violent and racist, and yes, not all of you, Problem is, the part of you that is violent and racist is a decently sized part, and they are very violent and racist. Because if you take 12 or 13% of the population, and you take out the percentages doing this crap, let's say it's 3, upwards of 4%. Let's say 3 to 4% of black people are like this. That is like, what? 12% of the population, break it down to 4% of our population. Let's say 4% of our population is doing all of this. They are very violent, very racist, that part of the black culture. That is insane if you think about it. Around 4% of our population is doing this. That is scary if you think about all this violence, all this racism. And I'll say this. I'm sorry to a lot of black people. I have a couple black friends. Oh my God, he said he has black friends. That's racist. Shut up. I have some black friends who would tell you right out that, oh yeah, you go around black people. They are horribly racist. Even the decent ones are horribly, pretty racist against white people. So, we got a problem. Jasmine knows it. Jasmine is a liar. Code switcher. Sorry, my nails are typing for me. Nice. All right, we're getting near the end here. We're going to look at some bookmarks here in a minute, but this is one. The chair of USA fencing got torched by Representative Brandon Gill for humiliating parents who emailed him to defend fair competition in biological women's fencing. Compared them to KKK members, the head of the USA fencing did. What a dick, because girls don't want to fence against taller, faster men. Stupid. Men have better fast twitch muscle.
Why did you post on social media for the world to see?
Let me start over again.
Why did you post on social media for the world to see? You were asked in an anonymous question, which you posted online, are you okay with cis females being at a disadvantage? You said, yeah.
Yeah, I believe it was Congressman Cloud that had asked.
This is the illness on the left, the arrogance. He thought he could just out and out say that, and there's no repercussions. There'd never been repercussions. That's why they're so arrogant. Once again, word of the day, arrogant. The lefties are arrogant. He has no problem, besides their mental damage, has no problem that women having a disadvantage in women's sports against biological males in those sports. He has zero problem that women cannot win in women's sports. What type of dickhead is in charge of women's sports where he doesn't care if women cannot win, that women have a disadvantage? This is the left. Breaking into ICE facilities, backing people who have ended Americans' lives, backing this crap.
About that, sir, and I'm happy to address it again. That was a one-word answer to a more nuanced topic, and I feel like if I could take it back and expound a little bit more than what I had there.
Reclaiming my time.
Sure.
Do you think that...
Why would you have to take it back? Oh, I can't. I'm not happy I said that. Dude, when I say something that's stupid, I automatically take it back. I'll go, whoop. Or I would never say anything that stupid. I say some stupid shit. God knows you've been listening to me. I say some stupid shit, but I didn't say anything like that I hope women are disadvantaged and lose in their own sports. That I will call parents pissed about this. Oh, you're KKK. Listen to this crap.
That women, do you think that parents who don't want their daughters competing against men in women's sports are whiny?
No, sir.
You don't? Why did you write that on social media? I've got a
busted
picture here where you posted that. You were allegedly responding to a parent who didn't want their daughter being beaten up by men in sports competitions. You said, I'm not going to pull her from the sport and write a whiny email announcing my departure.
Sir, Mr. Congressman Jack had asked me about that, and want to be crystal clear, that was an inappropriate message.
Do you think that they're cowardly?
Why is he always making inappropriate messages? Why is he always making these inappropriate messages? That was horribly inappropriate. I'm bad. Sorry I did that. Then why did you keep doing this shit? Bullshit. This is what he believes. Now he's caught, so I feel bad. Bullshit. It's not even crocodile tears. It's bull. This is what they believe. This wienerhead is mentally ill. And he's weird. He shouldn't be around women if he has no problem with this crap.
Sir, no, I don't. I don't at all. And in fact,
I don't believe it.
Why did you write that on social media?
Why'd you keep saying this shit?
Sir, I deleted it shortly after posting, and I certainly don't feel that way anymore. And
here, let me translate for you. I regret it because I got caught. I regret it because I've been called out in public. I regret it because, oh shit, we are now seeing people getting caught up and getting in trouble for doing this shit. There have never been consequences. I'm sorry because there's consequences. That's what he's sorry about.
Given a lot of the messages that we receive and even conversations that I've had,
do you think
with
that
Ms.
parents
Turner,
who don't want their daughters competing against men in sports should be compared to the Ku Klux Klan?
No, absolutely not. And
why
acknowledge
did you
that I
do
said
that?
that in the message, sir.
Another one of his boo-boo messages. He compared parents who didn't want their biological girls competing against biological boys as KKK Grand Dragons. What the absolute... This is at least strike 3. You are fucking out of here on insane, crazy, stupid, arrogant lefty comments. Left, we're the party of love, as they shit on and demean everybody that disagrees with him. The only people the left really love are the people who toe the line down to every single 2 + 2 = 5, or every syllable of every single so-called gender. That's it. You agree with them 100%. They will love you. I mean, 100%. You part in anything, like you women, you take your nose ring out. Oh my God, or your nose ring ain't big enough. Oh my God. They do not. They do not. They profess love. They do not. They are hateful pricks.
Inappropriate.
That was inappropriate?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, you're right. That isn't inappropriate. I'd like to read what you wrote and what you posted on social media.
Sure.
Responding allegedly to a lady who had these concerns. The only wizard that's going to dig you out of the myopic hole you've put yourself and your family in is one of the, quote, grand wizard variety.
Whoop!
Inappropriate, sir. And I
acknowledge... I don't know if you guys heard as I said something. Oops.
Compared to the Ku Klux Klan?
No, absolutely not. And
why did you
I
do
said
that?
that in the message, sir.
Why did you do that?
That was inappropriate.
That was inappropriate?
Yes, sir.
Yep.
Dude, you went past appropriate at warp 9. You went past the appropriate so fast, the Millennium Falcon couldn't catch you. Holy crap. You can't even see inappropriate in your rearview mirror with the shit you've been saying here. Good grief. You are going to make Emperor Palpatine go, oh wow, you are a dick. You know, I've ended the Republic and offed millions and millions and millions through the galaxy, but damn, you're the dick. That's not good. When Emperor Palpatine looks at you and go, ooh, that's too far, too far.
Yeah, you're right. That isn't inappropriate. I'd like to read what you wrote and what you posted on social media. Responding allegedly to a lady who had these concerns. The only wizard that's going to dig you out of the myopic hole you've put yourself and your family in is one of the, quote, grand wizard variety.
Inappropriate, sir. And I acknowledge that I said it, and I will commit to never making a message like that again.
Fuck you. Fuck you. We are getting buried in these inappropriate, holy shit, I'm embarrassed I said it, insane things. We are buried in them. Screw you. You should not be in your job. You should be nowhere near any woman's sport or women in general. You're only embarrassed because you got caught. Because now there are consequences. You are on national TV. Everybody's going to remember your peckerhead-looking self and go, oh, this guy. Yeah. Mr. Leffeld? Jeez.
That was in response to a parent, reporting to you on social media who had a problem with this. Was this a real email that you were responding to?
It was a real email, sir. I did not respond to it and hit send.
This was a real email. Did an actual parent write this, or did you write this email?
It was written by an actual person claiming to be a parent. They were not a member of our
Were you that actual person?
No, sir.
You were not that actual person, but you staged this whole interaction.
The response, sir, was not real, and I regret that.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. What a dick. Okay, so back in the 90s they had those. Okay. And you have the real ID. Yeah, I thought you probably did. All right. We're going to be out of here in a little bit, kiddos. I do appreciate, by the way, if you haven't, please hit the thumbs up, whether you're on Reddit or YouTube. Subscribe if you like anything I do, and please do me a favor. The YouTube algorithm absolutely hates me. It really does. I say things they find inappropriate. I talk about things they find inappropriate, and they do not like to let channels, anything like this, ever become, and I'm not saying I'll ever become a Salty Cracker or a D-Day Cobra or a Tim Pool. Those people started before this shit really got bad. They don't want another one, and there's channels, not just me, small channels talking common sense or craziness like I do. They do not let us have a leg up. The algorithm is definitely against me. I get emails off and on, and people who come in and go, I never got notifications. They don't send them. I don't get it out there. And they also aren't recommending me no matter how much I do. So please share it out if you think anybody else might be interested. Even if they don't have to agree with me on everything, I have no problem with debating. But please hit thumbs up at least and stop back in. And if I can hold your attention for, maybe 10 minutes on each of another 2 streams coming up, maybe after 3, where I can hold your attention for at least 10 minutes each time, maybe give me a subscribe and check back more often. So I appreciate it. But let's go and see what I had in bookmarks. I cannot remember anymore. But I think we've covered some good arrogance. Oh, yes. Yes. Well, it was right along with the meme earlier talking about the illegals never learning English, flying their flags right here. Look at all these amazing American flags. Look at that. American flag, American flag, American flag, American flag. Huh. Weird, huh? That's an American flag, all right, from a Central American country. So, yeah, it goes right along with our theme. This is an older one, but I love this one. Truly bizarre to be protesting ICE deportations with pictures of the Mexican flag. Not pictures, the actual Mexican flag. Signs written in Spanish, screaming, Viva la Mexico, and then going, fuck you, chud, let me stay in America. I should be staying here. You should be paying for me. You know I hate your country. Won't speak English, won't fly your flag. Mexican pride. Make America Mexican. Fuck you, putos. Viva Mexico. Okay, buddy, back to Mexico you go. Oh, my God, no. This is unfair. Don't dare send me to Mexico. Oh, my God, no. My life is ruined. Exactly. 100%. Hey, far north dirt tracking. Dude, I don't know if I know you, but almost sounds like, because your word, tough topics. Anybody that knows me, well, this is a channel that it got erased. I had an actual channel with a friend from New Zealand called Tough Topics. He went through a tough time in his life. We had a little disagreement, and during that time, he deleted our channel. But we used to talk about real tough topics. Like we talked about religion in a way one time his mom wouldn't talk to him for a month. We would talk about really tough shit. That's before YouTube was really nasty. So crazy that you use that. But yeah, I've had multiple channels. I mean, I got an urban exploring channel that's still decently sized if I really wanted to go back to doing it. But, that urban exploring has gone really bad. Too many people just use it as an excuse to break into places, steal stuff, tag, But it's kind of funny, but thank you very much. I try to. That's why I am listening to a few of my emails I'm getting from people, and even a few comments from people on here saying that I need to ask more about thumbs up and share the channel and subscribing, because YouTube is definitely against anybody who talks like this. And even if you go look at Salty Cracker and Tim Pool and some of them, they're not growing that much on YouTube, and they are huge. It's easy for them to get their word out and get out there. Not saying I'll ever get there. Not saying I really want to be that big. That seems like a wompish amount of work. But it's easy for them to get their word out there, and they're still not growing very fast. They talk about it all the time, doing memberships and everything, because they're not growing as fast as they used to. So YouTube is going after smaller people like us because they don't want any more Tim Pools or anybody. They're trying to steer the narrative. How you doing there, far north dirt tracking? What's up this morning or afternoon or evening for you? Holy crap, Adventure with Saw GTR, my friend. What the? Okay, I would say, what are you doing up this time of night? But I know it's about 10 a.m. for you. How you doing, buddy? Holy crap, GTR. What the hell you doing, man? How are you doing over there in the prison camp of the UK? You know, you seem to avoid the more populated areas lately and gotta get out of the way from the craziness. But whoa. Tell you right now, GTR, a lot of us in America are very, very worried for you guys over there. Even more than we are worried for the guys in Canada. It seems like you guys are much worse off. Oh, really? Holy crap, far north. I was wondering. I had some suspicions. I was going to ask Isaac about it, or Paul. Dude, how are you doing? I just wasn't sure it was you. How are you doing, man? I see posts from your kid on Instagram sometimes. Giving him a little heart on there on Instagram and stuff. How the hell, man? Ghost of Christmas Past. Dude, let me tell you right now, I liked that channel. I think you and I used to drive Paul nuts sometimes, though. I think Paul sometimes was embarrassed to be on there with us. And I think he was like, oh crap, what the hell did I get into? Oh, man. There are times I think he left early because he's like, I gotta get out. Oh, man. Covering a good part of the globe here. Got a couple, at least three of our time zones in America. We got UK, New Zealand. What is going on? Reform did well, though, in local elections. The tide is turning. I hope so. Problem is, GTR, the problem is in your country, I've seen people actually talking about this, that they think maybe it's too late for the UK because there's so many illegals in there and so many immigrants now that your country may be changed forever and for good. They're not sure they can ever get it back. Number one name in a bunch of areas in the UK is now Mohammed for babies. And the other ones, I saw some list of some other ones, it's all Middle Eastern Muslim names. That's bad. A lot of people are saying they're not sure that you can fix it anymore. They say it might have tipped. I think I was watching, who was it? Something Kissin. I forgot his name. Konstantin Kissin. He was originally from Russia, but he's a very big intellectual, and he's over in the UK, and he talks about it. And so does a Sargon of Akkad. He talks about it. And he says that the UK may be lost, and it's unfortunate. I hope not. I think I do, GTR. Oh, man. You guys need another V for Vendetta moment. So, yeah. I mean, I don't know. I just hope you guys can pull out of it. I'll say this. New Zealand may have its issues at times, but New Zealand has not had this deep a level of insanity going on there. Sometimes being an island out by your own is a little better off. Sometimes the zombies don't come on you very much. Yes, GTR, we've heard that. That is one thing we do know. Poland, and what's the other one? There's another country in Europe. They've got a very Trump-like leader also, and they've changed a lot. Can't remember what it was. I cannot remember. It's Poland and one other. Tucker Carlson talked to the leader of this country. Because they've really they told the European Union to get stuffed on this immigration crap. So yeah, another crusade. Yep. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. No, but trust us. Us Americans here, we are worried for you. All right, a little bit of a fun laugh here for you guys. When you're shaving and ICE kicks the door in. Didn't get all the way. That's a hell of a look. If he did that on purpose, wow. Well, GTR, I hope you guys find your own Trump, honestly. You guys need to have nationalism. It's not a bad word. It's not a dirty phrase. It's not Nazism. Nationalism, you just love your country, your people, your customs, your type of life, your beliefs. That's what nationalism is. And these lefties have made nationalism, least left is what we call traditional left in my country. The lefties in my country always say nationalism is bad, makes you a Nazi. No, it doesn't. It just means you love your way of life and it needs to be protected. We can all love it. It's strange how they never worry about the way of life in brown countries. You never hear them going, well, we sure hope Africa turns more white. We hope China becomes more white. We hope this African nation becomes less brown. No, it's only attacking white people. Weird how that works. But yeah, you guys could use a Trump figure, honestly. There are some countries that have it happening. I mean, God, look what El Salvador has done. Just coming in and having nationalism and following laws and things that make sense. Crazy. Oh, this idiot. Let me see here. Let's see if we can do a quick listen to this moron. It's only 23 seconds. Another liberal coward trying to be slick and convince people to start doxing ICE agents. But listen what he says.
I don't know about y'all, but I personally would never tell people online to find pictures of ICE agents, find their names, date of births, all their information online, and then, make it public. I would never do that. I would never, someone on the internet, because that's awful.
So he just said he wouldn't do it. He's telling other people to do it, but then he goes,
someone on the internet, because that's awful. Make it public.
So,
I would never do that. I would never.
I wouldn't do it. But he's telling other people to do it. So go out and out some ICE agents, out some police, share their info. But I wouldn't do it because that's awful. What a chicken shit piece of crap. My God, dude. Dude, come on. What a little dick. I had to laugh at this one. Woman gets triggered because her illegal boyfriend was called an illegal alien and is now crying he just got deported. 2.5 years after being arrested and released on bond. Yeah, we're done arresting and releasing illegals. Why are you dating? Here, let me ask you. Here's my problem. Does anybody here understand? I don't want to hear love. You never know love. It doesn't make sense sometimes. What is wrong with women dating illegal aliens and marrying them? Sooner or later, they're illegal. That is stupid. Same thing with women that go and I fall in love with a guy who's ended the lives of 50 people. He's in jail forever, but I'm in love. What the shit?
I'm making this video to document, to share with you guys the ups and the downs of being someone that is not from the United States.
All right, what do we all see, guys? Say it with me. What do we see? Nose piercing and lip ring. One of the other signs of the beast. Nose piercing, lip ring. Oh, my heartstrings are being tugged. I feel for her. I feel ridicule.
To America. This fucking sucks, dude.
Oh.
So, my boyfriend got arrested about 2.5 years ago.
Let me translate. I was a dumb moron. I was a T-Wat. I dated an illegal alien. I put myself in this position. Now I'm going to cry and you should feel for me.
And he got sent to the immigration jail because
he's illegal.
Not from here, obviously. And I came and I paid a $7,000 bond after 2 months after hiring a lawyer.
I'll be the dick. I'll be the dick here. With her accent you hear in the background, are you illegal, honey? Just asking. Hey, go run a stop sign real quick and let's find out. Worked great for the girl in Georgia. Ooh.
And he was let out of jail. And then he had to go to court and all that stuff. And today, because on Monday, I received a letter that was just left at my door by UPS. This is said letter. And it's checked off. Purpose of bringing the person here is for an interview, it says. It doesn't check off on removal. So initially, I wasn't too concerned. And I told my boyfriend...
That's a problem. If you're here illegally, if you're dating an illegal, marrying an illegal, you should be fucking concerned. You should be concerned. You shouldn't be here illegally going, God, this is great. I'm comfy. I'm not worried at all. Nope. You should be concerned. Nope. You should be as nervous as a tortoise on the expressway. That's all there is to it. Or a long-tailed cat in a room full of rocking chairs. Yep. 100%.
Let's go, because it did say on here that if I didn't bring him, if he failed to appear, it would be breaching the bond and we would lose all that money. Mind you, I don't care about the money. But it also says we would lose the money and he would have a warrant for his arrest.
Aww.
And it says alien. Alien. He's not a fucking alien. He's a human being. What?
Fuck you. Stop this idiotic lefty wordplay. Alien means he's not from here. That's all it means. They know that. That's why they want to change words. That's why they always want to change words. Alien, he's not an alien. He's from here. No, he's not. Alien means he's from there, but he's living here. He's not from here. He's hiding here, but he's from there. He is an alien. He's the citizen of another country.
What the fuck in the world? What is wrong with people? Why the fuck do they have to put alien on here?
Because he is one.
Immigrants? Or they...
Okay. Fine. I'll go with you, hon. Let me help you out. How about we just say illegal how about person in our country fucking illegally who needs to be booted the fuck out? How about that? Is that better than alien? How about total piece of shit here sucking off our country? And yes, that came out totally wrong. Welcome to 4 a.m. here. You whoops. Sucking money out of the taxpayers' wallets. How's that? Taking advantage of America. There we go. Hope nobody clipped that. Whoops. All right.
They should have put immigrant, not non-immigrant. They should have put immigrant on here.
Nope.
Why the fuck?
Nope. Illegal. Alien. Done. Or if they're going to put immigrant, it should have the word illegal immigrant with it.
Do they think it's okay to put alien?
Yes. Do you know what alien means? Here, let me help you out, lady. Let's look up the definition of alien. Alien, belonging to a foreign country. Hey, look at that. Unfamiliar and disturbing or distasteful. Okay, so far, he probably qualifies for two of them there. Noun, a foreigner, especially one who is not a naturalized citizen of the country where he or she is living. An enemy alien. Uh-oh. A hypothetical or fictional being from another world. Well, if he's not Starman or Chewbacca, then you know what? I think alien goes for it. Belonging to a foreign country. Foreigner living, who's not naturalized, living in a country he's not supposed to be in. Done. Did I help you out, lady? Duh.
Like, what in the flying fuck? So, we get here, We're waiting for like 2 hours. Finally, they take him to the back, and he called me within 10 minutes to tell me that.
Bye-bye.
And so,
El
I'm like,
Babayo.
okay, now I want to know, where's my money? I'm supposed to get my money back, right? So I go to the window and I start asking questions, and they literally turn me away because I don't have the...
How about that's the fine on you for dating or marrying an illegal? Somebody you obviously knew was an illegal alien. That is the fine for you defrauding the American people or being a total jackass who's disloyal to America. You'd rather support illegals from another country than our country. Once again, I'm going to ask, with your rings and your accent, are you a legal citizen?
Actual paperwork of the bond. So I said, you know what? I'm going to go home and get it. So I go home and I'm looking for it, and I find it, and I'm reading it, and I'm just like, okay, maybe I don't need to go back. But I'm glad I did, because I came back and I asked him, was he still here? So that way his family can go pick him up wherever they're going to drop him off. And I also got a letter stating that the bond was canceled. It was satisfied and the bond is canceled because the alien was taken into custody. And, okay, it doesn't say that on this one. It says, U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement, ICE, has determined that the condition of the immigration bond reference above has been satisfied and the bond is canceled. And I should be receiving a refund of my deposit with interest to the check on file, to the address on file.
Oh, now she's a little happier. At least she gets her money. Dum dum da dum dum. Dum da dum dum. All right, let's see where we're at here. Let's see. I watch more news. I watch news around the world. I don't know how you do it, Bunny. I mean, there's sources, but I use a VPN. I can watch news sources that you can't get here in America without it. I watch stuff from a lot of countries. The news sources, private creators, stuff like that you can get through a VPN. VPNs are handy. I've learned a lot because I've had a VPN. So, yeah. It's farcical how the very people who cry for freedom are the most vile, bigoted, violent bunch of fascists. Yes, the left are bereft of intelligence and reasoning. I think, how about this? I think the lower level, the sheeple, the brainwashed idiots are definitely that. The upper level of the left, they are pure evil. They are not dumb. They know exactly what they're doing. When Jasmine Crockett is saying that bullshit she's pulling out of her ass, she knows she's lying to you. She knows what she's lying. The upper end of the left, especially in America, are evil. They know what they're doing is lying. They're doing it for power. They're doing it for money. They're doing it for control. The lower level, their foot soldiers, are morons. They are. So it's the upper level that trains and brainwashes the dum-dums. They need their dum-dums. So yeah, Prince Harry needs to save the day. I don't think he's gonna do anything. Sorry for Forget Prince Harry and his trailer trash wife. Exactly, they are not very popular over there. Harry became a cuck. I don't know. Okay. Nasty alert. Sorry, Bunny. Cover your ears. Anybody else semi-sensitive, cover them ears. You get a couple seconds. Ears covered? Ready? I do not know what Meghan Markle has between her legs, or if she must be able to suck a bowling ball through 50 feet of garden hose. Something. She must do some nasty stuff for Harry to either be that whipped or that stupid or drained of juices in his brain to turn on his family and everybody like that. That is crazy. I do not know what the hell she has done to him. Like I said, wow. Uh-oh. Hey, Riker Dog. What's up, big boy? Hi, buddy. I'm almost done. Hi. Yeah, I'll get you a snack in a little bit. Sorry, I got 95 pounds of Chesapeake Bay Retriever down here right now. And his cat that thinks he's half cat, half dog back here. So yeah. Oh. By the way, thanks a lot for sending those two over here. My gods. You could have sent us a lot better ones. What's love got to do with it exactly? Oh, man. Yeah, well, GTR, I wish you could have kept them in your country. Because now they're an embarrassment to our country, too. Good God. Sharing is not always caring, man. It just isn't. Don't feel you need to share any more of those type of people with us. My God. We apologize for the whole revolution. We will apologize for the whole Revolutionary War shit. Just don't send us any more of those. Holy crap. Wordplay. Megs is a vile person. Yeah. Dude, Piers Morgan has no shits to give on her. He really does not like her. Wow. I saw him go off on a rant one time, uncensored, and woof. He does not like her. Watch Weekly Plank, LOL, that can be funny, yeah. So you don't want Keir Starmer. Ugh. Dude, I'm sorry, but Keir Starmer sounds like somebody that would have been a 1940s German at a certain time. He sounds like he should be right up there with Goebbels and stuff. You know, you got Mr. Adolf, and right under him is his buddy Keir Starmer. Ugh. He sounds Nazi. Stupid. I don't know how you guys got that dude. No wonder you guys are having problems over there with socialism and stuff and weird almost 1940s German stuff going on. He sounds like one of them. The worst prime minister ever. I don't know. I'm not sure your last one went over to Ukraine and helped scuttle the peace deal early on. And yes, I am totally aware that our government has a hand in that. But holy crap. They knew about our 60 million jets sliding off one of our aircraft carriers. That was embarrassing, yeah? Yeah. Ugh. But yeah, let's take a quick listen. We're about done here. Let's go, and I will get a couple more bookmarks in. These illegals have been here for over 7 months, leeching off your tax dollars. They get free food, free room in a luxury hotel, free items for children, free healthcare, free cleaning, laundry services every freaking day. They also get $3,000 to $8,000 on a debit card every month. Yes, craziness.
¿Por cuánto tiempo han estado quedándose aquí en el Rojo Hotel?
Desde que yo llegué, de julio.
¿Cuántos meses es eso?
Como 7 meses.
¿Y han tenido que pagar alojamiento?
No, nada, no he pagado nada.
¿Es 100% gratis?
Sí.
¿Y
gratis,
le dan almuerzo,
free.
desayuno?
Sí, le dan como
del niño, personales, nos dan pañales, lo que necesiten ellos.
Y ahí en el
We give them
hotel hacen
PlayStations,
limpieza de las
Xboxes.
Sí, todos los días hacen limpieza, cambian las
We
camas.
clean their room for them every day.
Todos los días hacen eso.
Sí, todos los días.
¿Han podido conseguir trabajo ustedes?
No.
They don't care.
Si ustedes tuvieran un problema de medicina, ¿cómo podrían recibir ayuda?
Why would they want to get a job? These are people coming up here not to work. These are not the best of any country coming here. These are their losers, their welfare recipients, their uneducated masses, the ones that can't read, don't care to work, the ones that are pieces of crap. They come up here and we just give them everything. They don't want to work. When you're getting $3,000 to $8,000 a month plus all this free shit, why are they going to work? They've hit it gold. They're doing amazing. They come up here and they are getting shit handed to them that most Americans would kill for. It's a saying, YouTube.
Con eso.
Bueno, con una tarjeta, la del seguro de Medicare.
Medicare. Now let's go to illegals.
Y eso nos abarca el seguro que nosotros necesitamos para los niños y también nosotros nos beneficiamos de eso.
¿Se sintieron apoyados gracias a nuestro presidente Joe Biden?
Bueno, sí.
They are so arrogant, they have no problem saying this out loud. Arrogance. Remember, meme of the day, arrogance.
Sí, porque si no estamos trabajando ni nada, él es el que nos está ayudando prácticamente.
Entonces, ¿quién está apoyándoles en todo eso? ¿Sería el gobierno?
Bueno, el gobierno. La verdad, el gobierno.
Taxpayers.
No sé. En realidad, no sé.
Y ustedes saben que los ciudadanos de Nueva York que están pagando por todo eso, ¿cierto? Es su dinero, de los impuestos.
They don't care.
No sé.
They do. They know. They don't care. Look at her smile. She was
As I talk with migrants,
smiling.
They seem misinformed about who's actually...
No, they don't. They know exactly who's doing it. Look at her smile. She knows. Look at her. She knows exactly. She can give a shit less. The arrogant look on this one's face. They don't give a shit. They do not care. They're living it rich.
As I talk with migrants, they seem misinformed.
They are living it better than a lot of Americans. Why are we second class? Or in SOG or GTR's case, you guys are fourth class behind the illegals.
About who's actually paying for their needs. And the reality
They know.
is that the money they are receiving is from your hard-paying tax money if you are U.S.
And they don't care. I don't pay much of that, but you know. This is a quick joke. A quick little joke here, guys.
Trump's teamed up with Elon Musk.
All right, here a little quick good one for you. This is a quickie. Little joke. I find it funny. Some people may go, oh my God.
Trump's teamed up with Elon Musk. You gotta love it. The Rocket Man. You know how fast you can get illegal immigrants back where they came from? You know, f***ing rocket.
Yes!
Oh, yeah. Turns out it's a 57-second ride to Tijuana.
Yes!
Trump
Done.
teamed up with the...
Done! I'm all for it. 100%. All right, catch up with you guys real quick here. We need a mix of Enoch Powell, Tommy Robinson, and Nigel Farage. Wow. That's a mix, man. He is known here as has no balls. She carries them in her purse. Ouch. Ouch. Hey, I'm not saying as an American we look at some of your royals and go, "Da fuck," and that makes a lot of us go, "Yeah, that's why we left." No, but yeah, those two. Jeez, Louise, you guys sent those over here. That should be like against the Geneva Convention, man. She is like a nasty type of like mental chemical warfare going on. All right, we did Barkley. Oh, no. All right. You're going to need it. All right. Apparently, some guys aren't Okay, hang on. Does anybody see a problem right here without me hitting play? I don't know how well you guys can see this on your screen. Unfortunately, I can see it too well on mine. I'll play it, but I'll back up to the beginning here and see if you can see a problem.
Some guys aren't willing to date trans girls, but I just don't understand why. Can you even give me one good reason why someone wouldn't like trans girls?
Yep. Right here. Can you see what I see? Now, I'm not singing a Christmas song. Do you see what I see? I see a bulge in their pants. You know, ugh. I don't know. I could do some other Christmas stuff, you know. And for the first day of Christmas, my tranny gave to me a bulge in her panties. I don't know.
Apparently some guys aren't willing to date trans girls, but I...
Yeah, one reason. Right there. We can all see the reason. That's why. Not good. On the second day of Christmas, my tranny gave to me these ews. I don't know. My gosh. Sorry, I don't have enough days of Christmas to go with that, but you get the idea. Yike. Our king is not much better. Yeah, he's a little goofy. There's still thoughts there that he had his wife taken out too, so I don't know. Well, yeah, she met him up for drinks and dumped Morgan for Harry. Yeah, whoa. Yeah, that right there just freaks out. Fine. If that makes you phobic, not wanting to date this, if a guy doesn't want to date this person and that makes you phobic, fine. Your terms are acceptable. 100%. Mary, Newark, I already did that today. We talked about that at the beginning. If you missed anything, feel free to go back because we did talk about all that right there. Let's see here. Is there anything else? She is still lying. Egg prices are through the roof. The giant egg producer raking in record profits 13 hours ago. This is new. Working families deserve to know the sky-high prices are because of out-of-control corporate greed. Oh, people have roasted her for this lie. Are you being intentionally retarded, or can you not read data? No, she's lying. Lying for the smooth-brained, programmed, lefty, sheeple foot soldiers. Because here is an actual graph. Look at the egg prices in America. Whoop-a-ching! Uh-oh. Uh-oh. People are calling her out all over. Look, more people are posting it. What the hell? People are asking, are egg prices, Grok, are egg prices higher or lower than they were 6 months ago? Grok answers, egg prices are lower than 6 months ago. As of May 9th, 2025, the national retail egg price for a dozen eggs is around $3.30, down from about $4 to $5. Bullshit. It's about $3.30 or so, or $4 in my area. They were upwards of $7.70. So Grok is being a little nice here. And in other areas, they were upwards of $8 or $9. So yeah, so she is full of crap. She knows. Are you kidding me? Everybody's roasting her. Elon's trying to steal the money from me that I stole from Americans. Woof. Sitting bullshit. Oh, that's a good one. I like Pocahontas. Now, another one. Here you go. Posting actual statistics. She knows she's lying. She knows it. Just insane. So, yeah, what a turd. But I like how she's getting roasted. Terrible things are happening outside. Oh, these are people whining. These are people whining and crying. This idiot compared the ICE raids to Anne Frank, the girl who hid in an attic from the Nazis back in the day. Any time of day, poor helpless people were dragged out of their homes. Anne Frank. 1/13/1943. Oh, another one getting roasted. People have no shits to give. Not their home. Their home is another country. Yeah. We're all immigrants, you say. Well, I don't know about your ancestors, but mine sure as hell weren't flown in here by Democrats to steal elections. Fucking Nazi idiots. These are lefty. Oh my God, same shit for millennium. You're a dummy. Illegals should never take priority over American citizens. If you skip due process coming in, you shouldn't get it going out. Oh, 100%. I've been saying that for weeks. Trump is not misusing taxpayer money. He's committing criminal acts with it. Right, leftard. He's taking funds Congress appropriated for things like infrastructure, disaster relief, and public services, redirecting it to fund unconstitutional illegal operations. Getting rid of illegals? That's constitutional. And here's somebody that posted some of the women ended by Joe Biden's illegals and Democrats' illegals. These are women who used to live in America, and now they are buried in America. These are all women horribly removed by illegals. Not just ended, horribly. Craziness. And this is just a tiny snapshot. Enough with the bullshit Anne Frank / Nazi comparisons. The worst thing ever happened to these people is they were returned to where they came from. We can't have mass violations. I like this one. Mexico, legal. Port of entry, legal immigrant. Mexico, legal, hole in wall. Illegal criminal alien. Or illegal alien criminal. 100%. 100%. Mass deport all illegals. Legal immigrants. Look at hand up. I swear allegiance to America. I'm going to speak English. I'm going to join this country and make it better. Illegal aliens. Oh, running over the fence. So yeah, they are getting roasted. I'm happy to see idiots posting this shit getting roasted. That guy's too dumb. Oh, here's a good way to end the day. Welcome to our new Pope, everybody. I love this. A new breaking news stained glass has just been installed in St. Peter's Basilica. Because the new Pope is from Chicago, even though he sounds like a flaming leftard. All right, let me catch up with you kiddos here. That Prince William do the British right. I also love Kate and Princess Royal Anne. That lady works. I have no love for Charles or Camilla. You mean the horse? Charles and his steed? Charles and his... Yeah, that's... I'm sorry to tell you, man. Charles is no beauty. But wow, Camilla. Woof. Woof. I need to apologize to dogs. Woof. I need to apologize to horses. Man. I'm not sure I'd saddle that one. They might want to put that one down. Oh, let's see. When I visited Australia, the immigration officer asked if I had a criminal record. Confused, I asked, is that still a requirement? Ooh. Well, Australia's tough on immigration. They are. They are pretty tough. They don't have a lot of shits. They will put people on an island. I think they have an island they bring illegals to. It's crazy. Crazy. But hey, America's bad for asking people to leave. Craziness. But for drinks, dumped. Okay, catch up. Me too, honey, yeah. But I like this. I think it's all the memes of the new Pope are hilarious. All the Chicago memes. Duh prayers. You know, that was one of them I played the other day. It's like, yep. All right, I think we'll leave out the Trump commercial and attempt on Trump's life thing. We'll leave that for another day. I think I've been on here long enough. Let's see, how long have I been on? I think I went over my wanted time by a good amount. I'm at 3 hours. Woof. I blame you guys because you're too fun. But like I said, do please hit thumbs up. Please, if you know anybody that would like to watch somebody be stupid and crazy on the internet, please feel free to share it out. Recommend they stop in. I don't ask them to subscribe automatically. Just if I can keep you occupied for 10 minutes on 3 different streams, then please subscribe. But if I can't, hey, I appreciate anybody stopping by. Also, my links, all my social media links are in the description to the stream. You can find me, as you can see in the bottom corner here, Lyons Den WS6 on X, Lyons Den WS6 on Rumble, and Lyons Den WS6 at gmail.com. Feel free to send me any topics you'd like me to discuss, any ideas, any critique, yes, good or bad. And I will take a look, and maybe some of it I can do. I have no problem taking requests. Just as long as they aren't like me and a bridge and a short walk off, you know what I mean. Thank you very much, GTR, my friend. Sorry, I'm always going to call you that, dude. I just know you as GTR, plus we had the same love of the same car. I'm not letting that go, man. I love my Trans Am, but my dream is a Nissan GTR. Oh, I love them. I do. Just cool. I'm Welsh Irish, so I studied a lot of history over there. Yeah, I am Scotch Irish. My wife is too. Her ring is really engraved, but mine's pretty cool. Much love all. Thank you very much. Far North Dirt Tracking. Dude, I thought that was you. Nice job slipping tough topics in. I do miss that. We had a good time. You know, I think you and I think poor Paul was wondering what the hell he did to deserve that sometimes. But I am glad. It sounds like you're doing better. It's nice seeing posts from your kid. I do still talk. I haven't talked to Isaac in a little bit, but I do like to. And Paul and I do keep in touch. Dude, Paul needs to get better. He's freaking me out. All right, guys, thank you very much. Thank you, of course, Connie. Thank you to the lurkers. Thank you, Sog. Thank you, Slowburn. Thank you to Far North. And, well, GTR, I've already said you. And everybody else who's been here tonight, thank you very much. And I'm going to hippity hop out of here. 3 hours is my limit. My voice is already dying. All right, guys, I hope you have a good Sunday afternoon, Sunday evening, or for me and Connie and a couple of the others here, Slowburn, it'd be Sunday morning. So have a good one, everyone, and thank you very, very much. It's been damn fun, and that's why I do this. My wife, she likes to tell me, just stick with doing it because you love doing it. She's right. All right, kiddos, have a good one. Take care of yourselves. Be safe. GTR, we're worried for you. Trust me. All right, man.